The laughter echoed through the forest darkness. He, right, that's how you figured it out. Qianzhong Sum's voice carried bitter amusement mixed with genuine terror. Your filthy mother also. The insult emerged like venom before the sound cut short. The pain erupted suddenly as Qian Yo-woon's counterattack landed with devastating precision. What just happened? Qianzhong Sum gasped at the reversal. We're just getting started. This bastard, is he actually planning on killing me? The realization struck with absolute horror. There's no way, that'd be breaking the Demonic Academy's rules. He's just bluffing. But my body won't move, the paralyzing fear set in. You did something you should have never done. Qian Yo-woon's voice emerged colder than winter ice. Please, the desperate plea came from Qianzhong Sum. Fucking, move, the internal demand screamed uselessly as his body remained frozen. Do you know what you did? The question hung suspended before the avalanche. The struggle intensified against invisible bonds. You insulted my mother with your filthy fucking mouth, Qian Yo-woon declared, his voice trembling with barely contained rage. God damn it, move already, Qianzhong Sum fought against his paralysis. The broken attempt at resistance emerged in degraded speech. You let your guard down, the taunt emerged despite the terror. My 10-star key technique, the attempt to counter crumbled. Damn it, I need to kill him, Qianzhong Sum's final resort materialized. The realization struck with killing force. This guy, he's serious, the comprehension crystallized with deadly certainty. Ow, the agony continued without mercy. The warrior endured the relentless onslaught as his defenses crumbled like sand before the tide. The 4th level of my poison of destruction allows me to keep 7 types of poison condensed within my middle dantian. It worked, the desperate gambit deployed. This was the acid poison, the deadliest among them, Qianzhong Sum realized. It's so dangerous, the head of the clan even warned me not to use it against other members of the cult, the recollection surfaced. But I can't worry about that when I'm about to die, now can I? The rationalization formed amid the chaos. The shock registered as the corrosive liquid met its mark. Powerful acidic poison has been identified on the user's face and hand. Emergency defense mode activated. Neutralizing poison and restoring damaged skin, Nano announced the emergency protocols. But here's the thing, Qianzhong Sum gasped. Are you a monster? The horrified question emerged in broken speech. Not only did he neutralize the poison, his melted skin healed as well, the impossible reality registered. What's going on? Qianzhong Sum struggled against his comprehension's limits. What in the world? This shouldn't be possible, even for a master martial artist. The realization struck at the foundations of everything he knew. You bastard, the final resistance crumbled. Poison, goddamn poison. Qian Yo-woon's thoughts spiraled with obsessive fury. Of course, as a member of the Poison Clan, of course you want to use poison, he articulated the bitter truth. And I don't want to let shitty-ass guys that use poison live any longer. The damaged skin will be fully restored soon, Nano confirmed the medical miracle. Goddammit, the warrior's screams echoed through the forest. Mercy, the broken pleas emerged as the assault continued without remorse. Please, the final protests weakened into shadow. You want me to spare you? Qian Yo-woon questioned coldly. You want to live? The rhetorical question hung in the charged air. You made my mother die in that much pain, yet you have the audacity to ask for mercy. The condemnation fell like judgment itself. I'm fucked, Qianzhong Sum realized. This bastard is never going to forgive me, the certainty crystallized. That's right, the Poison Clan member gasped. The inn, instructors, the dorm, the thought emerged desperately. I'm so fucking dead, the final assessment came with deadly accuracy. The degraded cry for help emerged desperately. Were you trying to scream for help since the dorm for the instructors is nearby? Qian Yo-woon questioned with cold logic. Did you think I'd just watch you do that, you fucking retard? The contempt dripped like poison from every word. Is this the hand that you used to spray poison on my face? The accusation targeted with lethal precision. After analyzing his pronunciation and lip movement, it is likely that he said, no, not this hand. Nano reported the translation of his broken speech. The pain continued relentlessly. I'm not going to kill you today. I don't want to be expelled from the Demonic Academy because of a piece of trash like you, Qian Yo-woon declared coldly. He's going to spare me. Qianzhong Sum's mind struggled with the contradiction. Instead, I'm going to torture you so bad, you'll beg for me to kill you. The promise emerged with absolute certainty. Now, why don't I start with your bones? The methodical horror continued. Did I end up like this? Why did I use something like a micro-poison on Baek Ji? The question tormented him. When did I first learn about micro-poisons? The recollection fragmented. 6 years ago. Poison Clan main house's apothecary. It'll take less than a year. The voice of his uncle emerged from memory. Of course. Someone without any internal energy will never notice it, the assurance came. So for what purpose did you want this micro-poison? The question had been asked long ago. I wonder, where will it be used? The response had come mysteriously. So they won't notice it partway if they lack knowledge of internal energy. The confirmation came. Cheon Sum's mother, Lady Beck. Less than a year later, the news of the passing of the Lord's seventh wife, Lady Hua, spread across the entire demonic cult. The narration continued through time. My mother was elated by the news of her passing. As she hated that lowly woman's existence, the memory surfaced. However, that happiness was short-lived. They soon discovered that the cause of death was micro-poisoning. The revelation struck again. Father was furious. Thankfully, we were able to avoid his wrath thanks to the demonic doctor's defense that micro-poisons weren't exclusive to the Poison Clan. The recollection continued. But the cook that used to prep her food took his own life, and the true culprit was never found. The resolution came with bitter irony. The only thing they were able to find out was that the cook came into contact with the lady in the veil some time ago. The investigation had concluded. No one was able to find out who she was. The mystery remained unsolved. Due to this incident, my grandfather, the head of the Poison Clan and one of the 6 council elders, lost his position in the council. The consequence reverberated. And my father cut all ties with his wives from the 6 main clans. The secondary damage emerged. It's not true, Summy, his mother's voice echoed from the past. Your mother did not use it. You saw me hand the poison to her, as well, right? The impossible denial came. Summy, my child, this has to be a secret that we take to our graves. The instruction had been given. But if I tell them that, it'd be no different from confessing to the murder myself. The impossible choice had existed. In the end, my mother passed away a few years later from the guilt. The memory concluded with devastating finality. Mother, I wanted to tell everyone that it wasn't my mother who did it, but I couldn't break my promise with her. The inner conflict crystallized. That's when I swore I'd become the Lord, the highest position in the heavenly demonic cult, and take vengeance on the true culprit and her entire clan for the sake of my mother. The oath had formed in blood. And because that filthy woman was the root cause, I'd kill her offspring, Cheon Yo Woon, with my very own hands. The vow had been binding. I'm sorry, Mother. No matter how much I train, I don't think I can defeat this crazy monster. If you were to remain in the demonic academy, I'm sure you'd use your poison against the other cadets as well, sooner or later. Since I can't kill you, I'll just destroy your Dantian. The declaration came with absolute certainty. The muffled struggle came as pressure points activated completely. What's this? Cheon Yo Woon questioned observantly. He's still struggling this much even though I activated the paralysis Kai pressure point. The observation surfaced. Does he have something to say? The possibility considered. The garbled attempt at communication emerged desperately. What is he saying? Cheon Yo Woon questioned. Nano, the command issued sharply. It wasn't the Poison Clan that killed your mother, Nano translated with clinical precision that shattered everything Cheon Sum had believed. What are you saying? Cheon Yo Woon demanded with intensity. The broken speech attempted formation. So please, spare my Dantian, Nano translated. Fuck. Cheon Yo Woon's frustration erupted violently. He's hiding something. The suspicion surfaced immediately. One of the ladies of the other 5 clans is the true culprit that killed your mother. The translation delivered the bombshell revelation that changed everything. If I tell him everything, I would reveal that it was my mother that provided the micro-poison. Cheon Sum's internal panic crystallized absolutely. Anything but that. The desperate withholding continued. Nano, facial analysis, Cheon Yo Woon commanded. Are you sure that the culprit is among one of the other 5 clans? The verification sought. There was no noticeable difference in his facial muscles, Nano reported. If this is true, did I just vent my anger on someone that's innocent? The horrified realization struck Cheon Yo Woon. No, was Lady Beck really unrelated to my mother's death? The fundamental question posed itself. Activating facial analysis, Nano responded. The probability of him having lied is 75%, Nano corrected sharply. I am not lying. The desperate denial came urgently. Shut it, the command delivered with absolute finality. The final scream erupted as the Dantian shattered. My internal energy is dispersing, the horrified realization struck. My internal energy, the final cry of absolute loss echoed. I have a bad feeling, Dr. Beck muttered to himself in the infirmary, his instincts warning him of approaching disaster. Should I have some antidotes ready? The precautionary thought emerged. The shocked exclamation came as Cheon Yo Woon appeared carrying the broken body of Cheon Sum. This crazy son of a bitch. Explain yourself, the demand issued firmly. Doctor, Please do something about him, Qian Yo Woon requested with unexpected calm. What in the world did you do that he ended up this way? Dr. Beck questioned in horror. My goodness, his Dantian's been destroyed, Dr. Beck diagnosed immediately with professional certainty. Poison of destruction is the best poison martial art of the Poison Clan, the technical recognition came. The internal energy held in the lower Dantian is essential to form and maintain poison within the middle Dantian, the explanation continued with clinical detail. The destruction of the lower Dantian caused the poison to rampage within his body, Dr. Beck assessed. I might not be a martial artist, but I know how much they value their Dantians, the gravity acknowledged. I knew something would happen, but the prescient worry surfaced. Yeesh, the disgusted reaction emerged. How can his blood even smell like this? The toxic assessment made with revulsion. He's still alive even though such putrid poison is flowing through his veins, the shocked observation voiced. Does he possess a high resistance from having learned poison martial arts? The hypothesis formed. He's hanging on somehow, but at this rate, he'll be a goner soon, Dr. Beck assessed grimly. What can I do? The desperate thinking began. I have that, the memory surfaced. Right, I swear it was here, the confirmation crystallized. Found it, the triumphant discovery. My teacher's antidote, the precious remedy identified. You'll feel like dying, but if you want to live, swallow it, Dr. Beck commanded urgently, forcing the medicine past resistant lips. Damn it, Qian Yo Woon's frustration emerged. Nano, are you unable to get inside Qian Zhang Sum's body and cure him yourself? The desperate question posed with genuine urgency. That goes against the system's rules, Nano responded. I can't let him die like this, the moral conflict crystallized. The user's DNA has been registered, so I cannot be transferred to another person or be expelled from your body, Nano explained the limitations. So it can't be helped, is there no other way? Qian Yo Woon questioned desperately. Nano, are you able to analyze the poison off this blood? The alternative approach emerged. It is possible, Nano confirmed. Please place your fingers on the substance you want to analyze, the instruction provided. Analyzing the poison, Nano initiated. Analysis complete. 7 different toxins are interacting together, causing a new toxic effect, Nano reported. Tell me which of these medicines I can combine together to create an antidote, quick, Qian Yo Woon commanded. Creating augmented reality within the user's vision, Nano responded immediately. Pueraria labata, Taraxacum platycarpum, Houtinea cordata, Lycium barbarum, Circium pendulum, Qian Yo Woon identified the herbs rapidly. He seems to not be as critical now that I've stopped the spread of the poison with teacher's antidote and acupuncture, Dr. Beck observed. Huh, is that herbal medicine brew? Dr. Beck questioned. What in the surprised reaction emerged. Hey, what are you doing? Dr. Beck questioned. I'm making an antidote to assist the situation, Qian Yo Woon explained calmly. Did you hit your head or something? Dr. Beck questioned. How would you be able to make? The skepticism began. Well, the reconsideration started. What? All of them are detoxifying herbs, the shocked assessment came. The combination is perfect, Dr. Beck's professional assessment confirmed. This guy, did he study medicine before? The wondering question emerged. You've made a proper medicine, but you need to know the poison before, Dr. Beck began. It's acid, herring toxin, grain fungus, wasp poison, firebug poison, tree frog poison, and crimson spider poison, Qian Yo Woon listed with absolute precision. Dr. Beck, just this once, Qian Yo Woon requested formally. Could you trust me? The plea emerged with unexpected vulnerability. Phew, Dr. Beck exhaled. Seeing as how he swallowed all of the antidote, he still wants to live, the observation made. We've done everything we can, Dr. Beck acknowledged. Now we just need to prevent the poison from spreading any further with acupuncture, the continued treatment outlined. You combine the ingredients properly, but don't act on your own again, Dr. Beck warned. Did you really have to destroy his Dantian? The fundamental question posed with genuine concern. I'm sorry for causing you trouble, Qian Yo Woon apologized. Thank you for your concern, Qian Yo Woon responded. He's still young, Dr. Beck observed. I'm the one who caused this mess, so I'll be the one to solve it, Qian Yo Woon declared with absolute responsibility. He might have acted like an adult so far, but I can still see the foolishness of a 15-year-old, Dr. Beck reflected. From my time at the main branch, I learned that the ones to survive aren't the strong but the cunning, the wisdom shared. If you've made up your mind, there's no helping it, but I wish you'd think harder about the consequences, Dr. Beck advised. I hope you'll become less hard-headed, the gentle criticism offered. Sigh, it's late, you should go back for now, Dr. Beck dismissed. I only desired to become stronger, Qian Yo Woon reflected as he walked away. That became possible thanks to Nano, the acknowledgement made. but was thinking that power is all I need to stand above all the evildoers of the demonic cult, nothing more than just my arrogance, the fundamental question posed. I wasn't able to hold back my anger back there, Qian Yo-woon acknowledged to himself. Why did you go as far as destroying his Dantian? And I believed that if I left him alone, he might use his poisons on the other cadets as well, the rationalization offered. This guy. His decision-making isn't perfect, but he thinks differently from the other Vice Lord candidates, the assessment formed. Perhaps if the thought began. Liege, the call came urgently. Oh, right, Qian Yo-woon remembered. We were supposed to go together at midnight, the recollection surfaced. This is where you were, the relief evident. I'm relieved. I was worried that you might have been ambushed, the concern expressed. I'm sorry for worrying you guys, Qian Yo-woon apologized. It's okay, I'm just glad you're safe, my liege, the loyal response came. That guy has found people that are truly on his side. As for me, even at the dorm, I don't have anyone, the lonely acknowledgement surfaced. I'll be on my way now. Weren't you about to say something earlier? Qian Yo-woon questioned. It wasn't anything important, so forget about it. Liege, let's head on to our new dorm, the suggestion came. All right, Qian Yo-woon agreed. So that's what happened, the understanding emerged after explanation. I'm sure you had your reason, but we still need to grow more powerful, the practical assessment made. Since we don't know how they might come after you, I think you should be cautious and focus on becoming stronger, the strategic advice offered. There's not supposed to be any outside interference for 4 years, but the Poison Clan is one of the central powers of the demonic cult, the political reality acknowledged. I agree with you, Qian Yo-woon confirmed. Isn't he way more logical than he looks, the impressed observation noted. We need to be prepared since we've now officially become enemies of the Poison Clan, the strategic necessity stated. Liege, I'm more worried about how the director will deal with this incident, the immediate concerns surfaced. The rules don't explicitly state that you can't destroy another cadet's Dantian, the technical loophole noted. I hope that nothing will come of it, the wishful thinking expressed. But the Dantian is the life of a martial artist, the gravity emphasized. This is my mistake. I gave in to my anger and acted without thinking, Qian Yo-woon acknowledged his failure. My worries have come true, the grim acknowledgement surfaced. Director, I've brought Cadet 7, the escort announced at the director's office door. Cadet 7 Qian Yo-woon, greet the Demonic Academy director, the formal greeting delivered with respect. Since I had to spend time writing an incident report because of you, the director began with irritation born from bureaucratic burden. Don't be sad that I didn't greet you back, the dismissive comment made. Sit over there, the instruction given. First, let's deal with public matters, the director announced. I'm going to speak as the director of the Demonic Academy first, the formal position established. Destroying the Dantian, the essence of a martial artist, is a stupid act that has never happened in the long history of the Academy, the grave pronouncement made. And if this event gets overlooked, it might be repeated by another idiot in the future, the precedent concern raised. Cadet 7, Qian Yo-woon, I order you to forfeit your yellow name tag and face 5 days of empty chamber training in the detention center, the punishment delivered. Expel. That's nonsense, Qian Yo-woon's relief surfaced. At the Demonic Academy, expulsion only occurs if you fail a test, the rule clarified. Or if you kill another cadet outside of an official test or duel, the director completed the rule. What a relief, I dodged the worst-case scenario, the grateful thought emerged. I wouldn't be so happy quite yet if I were you, the director cautioned. He's right, Qian Yo-woon realized. Forfeiting the name tag means I'll lose my position as a group leader, the consequence calculated. If I'm locked up in the detention center for 5 days, I'll only have 1 day to re-obtain a yellow name tag, the tactical problem emerged. Would there even be an instructor that still has a name tag by then? The worried question surfaced. According to the rules, he should be locked up for 7 days, the director noted internally. But that'd rob him of all his chances, the recognition came. This is a small opportunity I'm giving you, the subtle gift acknowledged. Now, the transition began. Wow, what an incredible aura, Qian Yo-woon registered. I can't even fathom his power with my abilities, the awe mixed with terror. Why don't we discuss your foolishness, not as the director but as a sunbae of the demonic cult, the personal conversation initiated. I've blocked all sound from the outside with my aura, the director explained. Since it'll be annoying if what I'm about to say gets leaked, the privacy established. Qian Yo-woon, the direct address came. Yes, the response given. I had great hopes for you, yet you did something that not even a lowlife would do, the disappointment expressed with genuine weight. I'm extremely disappointed, the emotional impact stated. I'm really sorry, Qian Yo-woon apologized. Sorry, my ass, is that really the best you could do, the director challenged. You can cause a mess, but you can't clean it up, the fundamental criticism emerged. Pardon, Cheon Yo-woon questioned. You thought that Cheon Jong-sum had a connection to your mother's killer because of the micropoison, the director laid out. So you destroyed his Dantian as revenge, the action identified. If you're going to do it properly, the director shouted. But then you were worried he might die, so you brought him to the infirmary, because you didn't want to be expelled, the contradiction highlighted. You idiot. Why did you keep someone that might take revenge alive, the strategic failure exposed? Being sloppy with the aftermath only results in death, the brutal lesson delivered. What you just did was putting a target on your own back, the consequence stated. If you want to survive, become conniving, the command issued. Don't just think one move ahead, think at least 3 to 4 moves ahead, the strategic instruction given. Dr. Beck gave me similar advice, but his only felt like he was scolding me, Cheon Yo-woon reflected. I understand, the acceptance voiced. The director is explaining to me how I was rash and lacking, the recognition formed. For what reason did you join the demonic academy, the fundamental question posed. It's to become stronger than anyone else, Cheon Yo-woon answered. Is anger and revenge your reason for existence and what fuels you to become stronger, the director challenged. First of all, you're a Vice Lord candidate, the identity emphasized. As the Vice Lord candidate, do you really plan on letting anger and revenge decide everything till you reach your goal, the strategic challenge posed. Your current emotions aren't going to burn down just a single tree but the whole forest. And in the end, you'll also be nothing more than just ashes, the tragic conclusion predicted. Do you understand what I'm saying? The director questioned. I think I do, sir, Cheon Yo-woon responded. What do you mean, you think? The director exploded. You'll be lucky if you and the people around you don't meet a tragic end from your recklessness, the dire warning issued. Cadet 7, no, Cheon Yo-woon, the personal address came. If you truly desire to make it through here and become the future of the cult, the conditional stated. Be hot-hearted but cool-headed, the essential wisdom delivered. The director's right, Cheon Yo-woon acknowledged internally. If you can't do that, you'll be crushed before your revenge can ever come to fruition, the director predicted. The end of that would be wiping out the 6 clans that drove my mother to death, Cheon Yo-woon acknowledged. I've only been thinking about revenge, but what about after that? Revenge should only be a stop in my journey, not the final destination, the paradigm shift occurred. What I'm lacking is rationality. He's not so stupid that he can't be reasoned with, the director observed. If he understands his shortcomings and betters himself, the greatest monster in the history of the heavenly demonic cult might be born, the assessment formed. And his foundation will be my great advice, not some drunkard bastards, the pride surfaced. Thank you, director. I'll take your advice to heart, Cheon Yo-woon bowed. Now take this guy to the detention center immediately, the director commanded. Director, Cheon Yo-woon interjected. Could you give me a moment before I go to the detention center? No, the director refused. At least let me explain it to my group members, Cheon Yo-woon pleaded. Your punishment will be publicly announced. And I think you mean your former group members. They're just normal cadets now. So he wants to teach me about the consequences of foolish actions, Cheon Yo-woon understood. Cadet 7 destroyed Cadet 4's Dantian, taking away the martial arts of a talented individual, the public announcement proclaimed. He has been relieved of his position as a group leader, and he will face 5 days of empty chamber training in the detention center, the punishment publicly stated. May other cadets see this as an example that the demonic academy will not tolerate the action of destroying another cadet's Dantian, the warning issued. Damn, that guy's scarier than I thought, the observation emerged. I thought he was just strong, but he's also a psycho. Isn't Cadet 4 Cheon Jong-sum of the Poison Clan? Has he lost his mind? He's dead meat once he graduates from the academy. He might even get assassinated while still in the academy, the darker possibility raised. Does he have a secret supporter? Cadet 5 Cheon Yu-chan's laughter erupted. This guy really went mad. How did he even come up with the idea of destroying his Dantian? The shocked observation made. I was worried about having a 3-way rivalry, but I guess that's been resolved, Cadet 5 observed. Since he knocked himself out, the satisfaction voiced. He, Cadet 2 Cheon Kyung-woon's quiet laughter. How fortunate, Cadet 1 Cheon Mu-yeon observed. Everyone is shocked, as expected, the observation made. When our liege returns, he'll only have a day, the tactical problem noted. But we have bigger fish to fry. Would there even be any yellow name tags left? The questioning emerged. Instead of an instructor, he might have to take the name tag of another group, the alternative considered. Nano, end simulation, Cheon Yo-woon commanded later. Phew, I'm starving. I need to eat this stale, hard thing for 4 more days. Ugh, it's so bland, the complaint emerged. It's so stuffy and humid in here. I'm sweating a lot. Your average cadet wouldn't even last a day in here, Qian Yo-woon assessed. It's smaller than the individual training facility, but at least no one is watching me, the advantage noted. In order to be of use, I need to get as strong as I can in 5 days. But it's not time for the doors to open yet, the confusion surfaced. And who is this person that's radiating killing intent? The alarmed recognition struck. Key telekinesis. So you're Qian Yo-woon, the voice came with lethal menace. The night before, heavenly demonic cult castle West Wing Poison Clan's manor, the scene shifted. Is my nephew, Jong Sum, the anguished cry erupted. Reported to the chieftain right away, the command stammered. Poison Clan chieftain's second son Baek Moon Wang emerged. We cannot let this slide, chieftain. We shouldn't wait until he's out of the demonic academy, the impatience voiced. Let's send an assassin. We can hire a killer from the noxious clan to quietly take care of him. Stop suggesting such awful ideas, the chieftain commanded. Or better yet, what if we were to bribe one of the instructors to murder him? We can also easily take care of him by making one of the cooks or workers poison his food. Or did you all forget what happened to our Poison Clan 6 years ago after the death of Lady Hua? The reminder issued. If we don't act, our reputation will be stained. Don't be so foolish, the chieftain rebuked. Ever since that incident, the Lord has tried to weaken the power of the 6 clans with any excuses he could find. If that were the case, the Sound Clan would have also acted. Harming a cadet inside the demonic academy would be giving him a prime reason, the strategic assessment concluded. Then, the questioning began. Do we just have to wait until he exits the academy on his own? That should be the way, the chieftain acknowledged. It should be the way, but I shall personally go meet with the Left Guardian. Even with my 10-star key, I can't resist it at all, Qian Yo-woon assessed. His skills are far beyond my imagination. His killing intent comes from hostility. I don't know what for someone this skilled came to the detention center, but he's definitely not on my side, the conclusion formed. If I don't do anything, I'll be dead meat, the survival imperative recognized. What? The chieftain's surprise registered. This kid, he's resisting with sheer physical strength instead of using internal energy. There was someone with such powerful external energy, the wondering surfaced. It can't be helped. Qian Yo-woon gasped. Detecting powerful energy from the hand of a hostile entity, Nano reported. Entering emergency defense mode, the automatic response initiated. Wait, Nano, stop, Qian Yo-woon commanded. We need to act with caution. If we retaliate with haste, I'll just get injured instead. I'm sure he has a reason for coming all the way here, so just stay on standby for now, Nano, the instruction given. You didn't try to retaliate against my key technique, a quick thinker, aren't you? The chieftain observed. I wanted to see the face of the one that hurt my grandson, but you seem quite useful, the assessment formed. Grandson? Does he mean Qian Jong Sum? I'm sure you're well aware of why this old man has come to see you, right? Am I going to die like this? Has he come here to kill me himself? How can I get out of this situation? With just a bit of force, he could snap my neck, the vulnerability acknowledged. Even though I haven't been able to get my revenge yet. Would you look at this? The chieftain observed. Despite being only 15, while staring at death, he's glaring at me instead of backing down. You're in need of a quick lesson. That should have wiped that arrogant look off his. What? The surprise registered. He's still glaring at me. I knew his hatred ran deep for him to destroy Jong Sum's Dantian, but for it to be this much. He'll become a problem if I just let him be. Are you going to break the rules of the cult and kill me? Qian Yo-woon challenged. If I kill you and disintegrate your body with acid, who will ever find out? The threat posed. But if I disappear from the demonic academy, the Poison Clan will be at the top of the suspect list, Qian Yo-woon countered. You might be able to get rid of all evidence. Martial skills and rational thinking far ahead of his age, the chieftain assessed internally. And the persistence to not cower in fear in a life or death situation. If he were to grow further, if not for the demonic academy, I'd put an end to him this instant, the restraint acknowledged. You're quite smart, but the fact that you hurt my grandson, putting a target on your own back, means that you're still lacking. The moment you leave the demonic academy, I will present you pain beyond your wildest imagination, but I will promise you this, the chieftain continued. I will crush every single bone in your body and skin you alive to feed your flesh to wild animals. Then I'll destroy your Dantian and torture you till your dying breath. Not stopping no matter how much you beg for mercy. Such intense killing intent, Qian Yo-woon recognized. It'd be a shame if I just left like this, so I shall leave you with a small present, the chieftain declared. So you may reunite with this old man sooner, the intent clarified. It's not a lethal poison, the chieftain explained. However, if you mention what I've just fed you to anyone, disregarding the rules of the demonic cult and raising suspicion, I will kill you. Until the day we meet again, the chieftain concluded. I thought we had a deal. Would you be able to hold back on giving a warning to someone that harmed your own flesh and blood? The chieftain questioned. I understand. I apologize for not being able to hold back my anger and then laying a finger on him. It wasn't serious enough to give him any internal injuries, so don't worry, the reassurance given. Thank you for granting this old man's wish. Please don't put me in a tough predicament. I only granted your request because you swore you wouldn't harm him for the 4 years he'll be in the demonic academy. Don't worry, until this old man finds himself in a grave. No one shall ever hear of this. You only have 4 years to receive protection from the outside. After that, it's all on you to survive. Qian Yo Woon. Qian Yo Woon coughed violently as poison burned through his system. Nano's voice cut through. A substance with poison content has orally entered the user's body. Expel it from my body right now, Qian Yo Woon commanded. After analysis, it is inferred that the poison has an effect of dissipating energy. If just the poison is neutralized, the remaining substance can be used to stimulate the energy in your dantian like a medicine ball, Nano reported. Realization struck. So he wanted to weaken my internal energy. That way, he'd be able to kill me once I fail the 3rd test and get expelled from the demonic academy. What a shame. Things would have gone according to your plan if I didn't have Nano in my body. Nano, expel only the poison. Understood. The poison will be extracted and expelled from the body, Nano confirmed. Oh, there's not a lot, but it really stinks. The poison has been expelled, Qian Yo Woon observed. The remaining substance is reacting positively with the energy circulating through the 14 meridian points in your body, stimulating the dantian, Nano reported. If so it has an effect similar to the dragon medicine ball? Let's try key meditation using the 1000 martial breathing technique. If I'm right, this is a huge blessing in disguise, he decided. Accelerating the user's metabolism, Nano began. After an intense meditation session, Yo Woon opens his eyes in disbelief. He can't believe it. His internal energy has just increased from 60 years worth to 90 years. Still, he reflects, he can't believe the Poison Clan actor behaved this way. The uncanny demonic poison staff didn't give him a small present. He gave him an enormous one. Yo Woon recognizes his own misjudgment. This is all a result of underestimating his opponent. He would have really been in trouble if he didn't have Nano. He got lucky this time, and he swears he'll never be so short-sighted again. He looks down at his torn shirt. Damn it, he can't wear this shirt anymore. As he sits in the detention center room, a faint cold breeze catches his attention. Yo Woon tilts his head. What's that? A breeze? He pauses as he recalls something. Now that he thinks about it, the sound felt off back then. He notices cracks on the wall and approaches them. They look as if the inside of the wall was hollow. Yo Woon taps the cracked wall lightly, and it crumbles easily. With a bit of digging, he realizes he should be able to go through it. He carefully expands the hole and discovers that the wall leads not to a larger cave but to a tunnel. Intrigued, he calls out to Nano and requests night vision mode. Nano activates the night vision, and Yo Woon asks if they blocked this passage off on purpose. Nano responds that it has detected a faint light inside the tunnel and suggests there might be luminous stones causing the glow. But if that's the case, there's probably something hidden here, Yo Woon thinks. As he moves deeper into the tunnel, the light grows brighter. He commands Nano to deactivate the night vision mode, and Nano complies. Yo Woon emerges into an illuminated chamber and stops in his tracks. What is this place? He can't believe such a place was hidden inside the detention center. As Yo Woon explores the vast chamber, he notices that a previous exit has been blocked off. Seeing how it's been blocked off, this place must no longer be in use. But as he looks around, he realizes there's more than one mark on the floor. What are these marks? He wonders, moving closer to examine them. Yo Woon's eyes widen. Wait, a monolith? He commands Nano to activate augmented reality. The marks seem to suggest that something akin to a monolith was dragged across this floor. No way, he mutters in shock. He instructs Nano to display a 3-dimensional model of the sapphire monolith that was on the first floor of the precious library. Nano activates the augmented reality in his vision and recreates a detailed 3D model of the scanned sapphire monolith from the first floor. Yo Woon asks if Nano can see the marks on the floor of this empty room. Is it possible to analyze whether one of the marks here belong to this monolith? Nano responds that it will cross-examine the monolith with the markings on the floor. After the analysis completes, Nano reports that this location appears to be the original site of the first-floor monolith. The fit is perfect. As he thought, Yo Woon's mind races with questions. He commands Nano to recreate and cross-examine the monolith on the second floor as well. Nano confirms and begins the process. Moments later, Nano announces that the area over there appears to be the original site of the second-floor monolith. Yo Woon furrows his brow. But why did they separate them by floors when they moved them, instead of keeping them in one place? He questions aloud. But one thing is certain. This really is the place where the sapphire monoliths originally used to be. As he continues exploring, Yo Woon spots something that makes him stop. And what is this stone pillar? His eyes fixate on a carved stone structure. The text on it reads, Heavenly Demonic Sword Art. Yo Woon reads the characters aloud, his voice trembling slightly. He knows exactly what this means. There is a single martial art that everyone thinks of when they think of the lord of the heavenly demonic cult. Considered the greatest and most powerful martial art of the demonic cult, it is the heavenly demonic god art. Every demonic cultist knows the greatness of the heavenly demonic god art. It is so highly revered that it is called one of the 3 great god arts by even those outside of the demonic cult. But what in the world is the heavenly demonic sword art? Yo Woon mutters to himself. Is it a breathing technique? No, is it a sword technique? Why have he never heard of it before? Then a memory surfaces. Jang told him that the strongest sword art that the Lord learns is the heavenly demonic sword techniques. Yo Woon feels his heart pounding. Is this perhaps the name of the absolute sword technique that was on the sapphire monolith? He commands Nano to cross-examine this handwriting with the ancestors' writing on the monolith. Nano responds that it will analyze the inscriptions. After a moment, Nano confirms that the analysis states the handwriting is identical. As Yo Woon stares at the stone pillar, a voice seems to echo in his mind, sharing old rumors. Isn't it unfortunate? There used to be rumors that the heavenly demon ancestor left a sword technique of his epiphany here. The heavenly demon ancestor's epiphany? Yo Woon's breath catches. So the true name of the absolute sword technique born from the heavenly demon ancestor's final epiphany was the heavenly demonic sword art. He turns his attention to the surface of the stone pillar, examining the patterns more closely. And these holes? What is it trying to say? It's in the form of a rising dragon. He wonders if it has something to do with the number of holes again. 1, 2, 3. He counts them carefully as he traces the pattern. After counting all the holes, Yo Woon realizes something significant. So there's 24 holes. The heavenly demonic sword art has a total of 24 movements. There has to be something connecting them. He can't think of any other likely connections. As he stares at the pattern, a question forms in his mind. Why make holes in the shape of a rising dragon? Suddenly, understanding strikes him like lightning. A rising dragon? Could it be? Hiding a secret with light instead of darkness. What a subversion. The realization nearly blinds him. Yo Woon's eyes hurt from the sudden brightness. He immediately calls out to Nano, asking if it can adjust light perception in his eyes. Nano responds that it will activate anti-light vision mode to protect his eyes and allow him to see clearly. As Nano adjusts his vision, Yo Woon gasps in amazement. He can't believe his eyes. There are small writings on the luminous stones. The secret has been revealed. Yo Woon commands Nano to scan all the writings on the luminous stones. Nano confirms and begins scanning every surface. He then asks Nano to recreate 3D models of them so he can look at them up close. Nano responds that it is now recreating 3D augmented reality models of the scanned luminous stones. Yo Woon gives another command. Sort these stones by their relevance to martial arts. Nano completes the task and reports that it has found writings and drawings for a breathing technique on 24 of the stones. One for each movement of the heavenly demonic sword art. Yo Woon stares at the 24 luminous stones in the hidden chamber and exclaims that this is exactly what the holes on the stone pillar were referring to. He commands Nano to remove all the stones except these 24 that match the dragon pattern. Nano confirms the instruction. Yo Woon begins examining the text on the stones more closely. He realizes that this text is for a breathing technique. But something catches his attention. The technique says one must flow internal energy through specific blood pressure points while moving in a specific way. These movements are identical to the movements for the sword technique from the sapphire monolith. Yo Woon's breath quickens. Could it be? Normal breathing techniques have practitioners control their ki while sitting with legs crossed or laying down to make breathing easier. But this wants him to perform the breathing technique while using the exact same movements from the heavenly demonic sword arts techniques. How odd, he mutters. Yo Woon decides he has no choice but to try it. He commands Nano to feed him the information on the stones from the head of the dragon to the tail. Nano confirms and begins inserting the information directly into his brain. Yo Woon starts to breathe while controlling his ki according to the breathing technique. Immediately, he feels a powerful energy rapidly flowing through his 14 meridians. Nano begins analyzing and compiling the data in real time. After an intensive 2-hour session of continuous movement and breathing, Yo Woon finally stops. He lets out a relieved sigh. Nano informs him that he has been in motion for 2 hours. Yo Woon expresses shock, asking Nano how long he has been at this. 2 hours, Nano responds, and Yo Woon can barely believe it. Yet despite moving for 2 hours, instead of feeling fatigued, Yo Woon feels refreshed. He reflects that the circulation of his energy has indeed become faster. It felt like his ki flowed faster the more he repeated the movements. Yo Woon tests his ki control and is amazed. It really is faster. With the faster ki flow, he can release his ki much more freely now. It cannot even be compared to the 1000 martial breathing technique. So this is what a true absolute breathing technique is like, he realizes. For the movement of the sword and the technique of breathing to be harmonized as one. Yo Woon's understanding deepens. He thinks he finally understands why the heavenly demon ancestor called it a sword art. The heavenly demon ancestor truly was a godly being. Yo Woon bows deeply toward the stone pillar and speaks reverently. Dear ancestor, please accept this deep bow from your unworthy descendant. The scene shifts to the Demonic Academy dormitory where Yo Woon's group members discuss their situation. They say that some members have left the group. This path just wasn't for them. They acted strangely as soon as they heard that Yo Woon destroyed Cheonjong Sum's Dantian. 2 members tell the group that they want to stay, but it just seems too hopeless. They left without hesitation as soon as Yo Woon's punishment was decided. One of the remaining members comments that being as opportunistic as those who left are, they wonder if they'll do okay in another group. Another member asks if they brought the mood down too much. Now, they say, let's not be such downers. They might have lost 2 bad guys, but they got Baek Gi. And he's as good as 100 men. The group affirms this statement. No, it's true. One member tells Baek Gi not to ride his dick so hard. But Baek Gi, if it weren't for you, both the group and their liege would have been in bigger trouble. That's right, another member says. If you hadn't defeated an instructor 4 days ago and obtained a name tag, they would have all split apart. The group expresses their gratitude. Baek Gi responds that he had a debt to repay to Cadet 7, so he just wanted to help. Though, he admits, he's not sure if Yo Woon will accept him. One member replies that if their liege didn't like Baek Gi, he wouldn't have helped him out. Baek Gi agrees that's true. They decide to stop chatting and practice the 7 demon swords until dinner. They note that their liege will finally be out tomorrow, so they need to master as much of the 7 demon sword as they can so that there is little a burden as possible to their liege. Later, at the Demonic Academy cafeteria, Yo Woon's group members encounter him heading to the training facility. They ask if he's skipping dinner. He explains that he normally skips lunch and only eats dinner, but he ended up eating lunch because of them. He figures he should skip this meal as well. One member seems confused, saying he's headed straight to the training facility, so they shouldn't worry about it. He adds that although it's temporary, they are the group leader, so he needs to protect him. Another member agrees that it's true, but notes it differently. They'll be heading back to the dorm together once they're done at the training facility anyways. He tells them to move already and enjoy their meal. He's fine, and they notice he's very easy to read when it comes to food. One member sighs and says that Hyo Bong and he will go protect him at the training facility. Yo Woon's group members express their gratitude. They thank them for their help and leave Baek Gi in their care. Missing a meal won't kill anyone, he responds. They can't have their leader getting beaten up somewhere, right? Cadet 7, he thinks, won't be able to even have a meal in peace once he's out. At the front of the individual training facility, one of his guard members tells he doesn't have to follow him anymore since he's using the expert training facility. The member is confused, but notes they're almost there. Suddenly, something catches the member's eye. He exclaims, "What the?" His voice turns urgent as he shouts that there's someone ahead. The guard realizes something. That guy is. Seeing as how they've brought wooden swords, they were probably waiting for them. Ha Il-myung? Outside the training facility, Baek Gi and Oh Jong come face to face with Ha Il-myung and his group of advanced cadets. Ha Il-myung greets them with a mocking tone. Looking good, group leader. Are you having the time of your life after abandoning your original group members? Oh Jong asks what Ha Il-myung is trying to pull here. Ha Il-myung responds coldly. Do you really not get what's happening? He points at their yellow name tag. Give it to me. Baek Gi refuses. You think I'll just do as you ask? If you think so, then you're mistaken. Ha Il-myung's voice turns menacing. Since you're lackeys of that fucking miserable Cadet 7, as I ask, you might get hurt. Oh, that's right. Even if you just hand it over, I'm not going to let you guys off easy. Oh Jong and Baek Gi react with fury. What? Lackeys? You son of a bitch. Baek Gi's mind races as he assesses the impossible situation. What should I do? I might be an inept expert, but that Ha Il-myung guy is not enough to fight against 30 cadets of advanced prowess. It's impossible for all of us to escape together. Baek Gi makes a quick decision and addresses Oh Jong. Oh Jong, I'm going to pass the name tag over to you, so get out of here with Hyo Bong. Oh Jong protests immediately. What? What about you? Baek Gi explains calmly. It's impossible for all of us to escape. He's likely similar in strength to me. I'll do whatever it takes to hold them back. Oh Jong refuses to abandon him. Don't be such an idiot. Don't be crazy. We need to get out together. If we lose our name tag here, our group will be disbanded again. If that were to happen, everything would have been for naught. Even if it's Cadet 7, he won't be able to take the senior instructor's name tag. Ha Il-myung smirks at their exchange. They must be scheming with sound telepathy. You think I'll just watch that happen? His voice echoing across the academy grounds. The battle erupts with Baek Ji fighting against the overwhelming numbers. As he exchanges blows with the cadets, he speaks to one of them he once led. I'm sorry if you're mad at me for having abandoned you guys as a group leader. The cadet responds in shock and confusion. Why me? Baek Ji continues relentlessly. However, that doesn't mean I can forgive such scummy behavior. He strikes with intensity. I see. His ki is still faint. Is he only an inept expert like me? Recognizing the opportunity, he shouts urgently to his companions. Now's your chance. Run. Oh Jong and Hyo Bong immediately bolt toward the exit. Let's go. The pursuing cadets shift their focus to the fleeing pair. Get him. It's that guy. Shit. That baldy has the name tag. Hyo Bong, whose head is bald and visible, roars back in fury. Motherfuckers, who are you calling baldy? Shut the fuck up and go already. The relentless pursuit continues. Stop there, baldy. Oh Jong runs desperately, his breathing heavy and labored. Goddamn it. Shit. As they flee desperately through the academy grounds, Oh Jong realizes their disadvantage. Hyo Bong's movement techniques are too slow for us to lose these guys. Pass me the name tag. Hyo Bong throws the name tag to Oh Jong mid-run. Hyo Bong, keep running, no matter what. Here, Hyo Bong shouts as he tosses it. Hyo Bong thinks desperately as he continues sprinting. If I get caught, they'll pulverize me. Come on, Hyo Bong. Use all you've got, man. Hyo Bong's determination pushes him forward with a sudden realization. I can see it. I need to somehow make it to the cafeteria and let go Wong Hool know what's happening. Finally, Hyo Bong reaches the cafeteria entrance, gasping for breath and drenched in sweat. Shit. Fuck. Why is no one chasing after me? Inside the cafeteria, Go Wong Hool spots Hyo Bong and immediately notices something is wrong. Hyo Bong. Huff. Why are you sweating so much? And you don't have your cap either. Hyo Bong speaks urgently between heavy breaths. We need to go to the training facility. Right now. Puff. Go Wong Hool presses for details. What happened? Right now. Hyo Bong explains desperately. There. Huff. Was an ambush. Go Wong Hool's eyes widen in shock. Hyo Bong continues. Baek Ji and Oh Jong are fighting. Huff. Go Wong Hool's face turns serious with urgency. What? Both of them move without hesitation. Let's go. Baek Ji. What the? At the scene of the battle, Cadet 5 suddenly appears and addresses Ha Il-myung's group. Some more pests have shown up. Who are you calling pests? You have the nerve to say such things after ambushing and ganging up on people? Huh? Calm down. He's not the one that attacked us. Cadet 5 continues with a proposition. Anyways, since you now owe me, give it another thought. You've lost your name tag. You're out of chances. Oh Jong refuses firmly. Thanks for the help, but I won't be changing my mind. Just slowly think it over. You have plenty of time anyway. Later, as Baek Ji and Hyo Bong regroup with Oh Jong, Baek Ji asks about his condition. How's your wound? Phew. Oh Jong responds. I'm alright. It didn't cut very deep. But we lost the yellow name tag in the end. Baek Ji speaks with regret and determination. Oh Jong, you held out till the very end. I'm sorry. Oh Jong nods solemnly. To protect the yellow name tag. Goddamn it. The scene shifts as Baek Ji explains what transpired to the group. After Hyo Bong passed him the yellow name tag, Oh Jong ran for his life. But in the end, he was captured by the large group of cadets and was robbed of the name tag. Ha Il-myung might be an inept expert, but he would be no match for me if he were alone. You bastard. Kua, you're done for. Cadet 5's voice cuts through. That's when Cadet 5 appeared. Sorry to do this while passing by, but he's someone I've been eyeing for a while now. Ha Il-myung protests. So why don't you just hand him over? Don't butt into other people's business, scram. Cadet 5 responds calmly. Oh my, oh my. You think you can be such a busybody when you're outnumbered? The struggle intensifies. Oh, you think I really care if you have a few more scarecrows? Cadet 5 asks. So, wanna keep playing this game? Retreat. After the chaos subsides, Baek Ji speaks gratefully. Cheon Yu Chan, I owe you one. Cadet 5 addresses Baek Gi's group. So you guys lost your yellow name tag? You're not going to be able to obtain another one. Why don't you just become my subordinate? Baek Ji reflects on the events. I of course refused that offer. I didn't know Cadet 5 was interested in you. And that's when you guys dropped in. Is it because of the Battle of the Heirs? That's not what's important right now. We're all out of options. Hyo Bong suggests desperately. What if we also gather cadets and do the same thing as them? Go Wang-hul responds thoughtfully. Then we'd have to gather people who are only in it for themselves as opposed to people wanting to earnestly serve our liege. That would go against what our liege wants. The group falls silent. Then, what should we do now? Sigh. Baek Ji speaks with quiet resolve. There is another way. Go Wang-hul questions. If you're talking about the senior instructor's name tag, you should know as well. I'm sure you know that better than anyone else, having personally sparred against him. It's to the point where even the other Vice Lord candidates are avoiding him. Taking his name tag is impossible. Baek Ji stands firm. But we still need to believe in our liege. Go Wang-hul asks, is putting our faith in him while waiting really our only option? Baek Ji offers to help. Let me help as well. Sigh. Hyo Bong speaks up boldly. I think this needs to be said. Go Wang-hul, just as you've said, I also believe in our liege. I believe in him more than anyone else. However, I don't think it's right for us to just wait and rely on him. If we are his retainers, shouldn't we be doing something fitting of our role? If there really is no other way, until our liege comes out tomorrow, we should at least be recruiting other cadets that are willing to join us. There's a moment of silence. Then Go Wang-hul laughs. No, you're indeed right. We shouldn't just rely on our liege. I'm impressed, Hyo Bong. As his retainers, we should be his hands and feet. Ha 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 ha. Hyo Bong, you are truly his greatest retainer. You really do have useful ideas sometimes. Let's stop standing around and start hustling. Let's go. The next morning, approximately 8 a.m., Martial Instructor Lim Pyong stands near the detention center. I wonder if he was able to endure it well. Today marks the end of Cheon Yo-woon's punishment. Open the door. Mado. The guard opens the detention cell door. Cadet 7, your punishment has ended. Yo-woon emerges slowly from the darkness. Huh? His eyes blink as they adjust to the light. So bright. Instructor Lim Pyong observes him closely. Setting that aside, those are not the eyes of someone that was locked inside a dark cave for 5 days. This kid, his body is. His eyes are shining even brighter than before. Instructor Lim Pyong notices something unusual about Yo-woon's appearance. By the way, what happened to your shirt? Well, the instructor's eyes widen in shock. What did you do to your shirt? What is this horrible stench? Yo-woon looks down at his torn and stained garment. Phew. Okay, then, let's head on down. Nothing out of the ordinary. How many yellow name tags are remaining? Thankfully, they missed the hole I filled in with rocks. The instructor's eyes widen, so he still hasn't given up. There's one left. But you should already know that his name tag isn't the only solution. Yo-woon stands before Instructor Lim Pyong and makes his intention clear. I want to go to Instructor Ho Jin Chong right now. Instructor Lim Pyong reacts with shock. What? Don't be so rash. Aim for something actually within your capabilities. Another instructor present also warns him. Are you out of your mind? He's right. You shouldn't bite off more than you can chew. Don't throw caution to the wind just because you're desperate. Yo-woon responds politely. Thank you for the advice. If it really seems hopeless, I'll give up during the spar. Instructor Lim Pyong mutters in disbelief. This kid, did he learn nothing from his punishment? So please, at least give me a chance. Another instructor questions. Give up during a spar? Why does he want to take on such a reckless challenge? Instructor Lim Pyong responds flatly. I wonder if he holds such mercy in his fists. Since you've clearly made up your mind, I guess I don't have a choice. Instructor Lim Pyong warns him seriously. Avoid getting injured if possible, or else you really will not have any further chance. Yo-woon accepts the terms. I promise to take that to heart. Later, Baek Ji and his group members continue their recruitment efforts. Baek Ji approaches yet another cadet. You're really asking me to be Cadet 7's retainer? You must be out of your mind. I was wondering what nonsense you'd spew. Fuck off. That's my 4th rejection now. Sigh. I'll try looking for a bit longer. Is there some sort of problem? What's going on? Suddenly, one of the cadets shouts. Liege. He's coming out. Today's the day his punishment ended, isn't it? Seriously? Against him? Yo-woon emerges and walks toward Instructor Ho Jin Chong. The crowd watches in shock. Cadet 7, it's actually Instructor Ho. Instructor Ho Jin Chong greets him. For one of my top sparring candidates to come here on his own. Yo-woon bows respectfully. I, Cadet 7 Cheon Yo-woon, give my greetings to the instructor. Instructor Ho Jin Chong acknowledges him. It's been a while. Good job enduring for 5 days at the detention center. Yo-woon prepares himself. Do you want to fight using a wooden sword? Or would you rather fight bare-handed? Yo-woon responds. I'd like to fight bare-handed. Instructor Ho Jin Chong nods. All right, let's start right away. The crowd cheers. It's a challenge. A challenge. The duel begins with intense speed. Yo-woon moves quickly. He's fast. However, instructor Ho Jin Chong responds. I've already fully analyzed your blade techniques. Yo Woon surprises him by switching tactics. What? He used a sword technique instead of a blade technique? The instructor observes closely. He's nullifying the fifth sword technique movement by movement? He's not simply quick at reacting. As the intensity increases, instructor Ho Jin Chong decides to escalate. Alright, at this pace, so you can perform sword techniques of this level. I'm sure you won't mind if I increase the difficulty a bit. Instructor Ho Jin Chong launches a more powerful attack. The 7 Demon Sword 4 techniques simultaneous release. From first sword to fourth sword, he performed them simultaneously, creating various combinations. So that's the 7 Demon Sword of a master martial artist. Then Yo Woon counters with his own technique. The Heavenly Demonic Sword Art. Instructor Ho Jin Chong freezes momentarily. Wah, what's that? This sword technique? It's not something that I can just block. I need to prepare my defensive ki. The clash is intense. Yo Woon thinks to himself during the exchange. It went exactly as in the augmented reality simulation. The 7 Demon Sword and the Destructive Sword technique really are similar. The duel continues with neither side backing down. The instructor's fighting spirit hasn't subsided. The duel isn't over yet. Yo Woon endures the assault. It's a good thing that I used 10-star ki to endure the sword technique. If we were using real swords, I surely would have died. Instructor Ho Jin Chong acknowledges Yo Woon's strength. I must commend you, Cheon Yo Woon. I might not have been using my special techniques, but I wasn't going easy on him either, for making me want to duel with all I've got. He expelled his ki? The crowd reacts with amazement. I heard that master martial artists are able to expel foreign ki from their body. Yo Woon makes his move. This fight isn't going to end just because I got the first hit on him with the Heavenly Demonic Sword Art. Yo Woon continues his assault. Now, why don't we have some more fun? Instructor Ho Jin Chong observes this. What the? Why is he retracting his fighting spirit? Instructor Ho Jin Chong finally speaks with recognition. I'm extremely impressed, Cheon Yo Woon. You're the perfect example of someone who improves every day. Perhaps a monster that defies the imagination of the main branch might be born. The crowd gasps in shock. Huh? No way. Instructor Ho Jin Chong announces his decision officially. As an instructor, I will admit that it was my loss today. You are more than qualified to be a group leader. Yo Woon bows respectfully. Thank you, instructor. The crowd erupts in celebration. He really did it. As Yo Woon exits the training ground, his group members rush toward him. Liege! Hyo Bong shouts with joy. Hyo Bong runs up to him. We've been waiting for your return. Yo Woon responds humbly. I'm sorry for making you guys worry. There is a moment of silence as Yo Woon looks at his group. Cheon Yo Woon. Baek Ji? Huh? He seems like he has something to say. Yo Woon notices. Is it something important? Baek Ji takes a deep breath. What does he want from me? Suddenly, Baek Ji stands and speaks with emotion. I want to express my gratitude. The crowd listening nearby gasps in surprise. The other cadets ask what is happening. Baek Ji continues formally. Cadet 18 Baek Ji, was saved from the Poison Clan's poison. What? The Poison Clan used poison on Cadet 18? Baek Ji speaks louder. By young master Cheon Yo Woon. Yo Woon's face shows surprise. What's he talking about? Baek Ji continues his declaration. Seeing young master Cheon Yo Woon endure imprisonment at the detention center after saving me, I, Baek Ji, couldn't help but be moved. The cadets whisper among themselves. Why is he talking so weird? Wait, are you telling me Cadet 7 did that for Cadet 18? Why else would Cadet 18 be saying that while on his knees? Damn, why did they do that to him? Baek Ji kneels formally. I, Cadet 18 Baek Ji, swear upon my life to serve young Master Cheon as his loyal retainer. The onlookers react. I see. Did he come up with this plan himself? So he did that to protect his retainer? My goodness, all for the sake of his retainer? Good work, Baek Ji. This is the last time I go along with your ideas. Though, your speech was a bit awkward. Understandable. Will you be okay, sir? You think I'm feeling ashamed or something? He earned it with his skills fair and square. He's quite amazing. To have learned such an amazing sword technique. A senior instructor responds. Do you think he also learned that from the right guardian? The first instructor questions. Why would someone renowned for their blade techniques teach their student a sword technique? The second instructor theorizes. Perhaps, since he's a grandmaster martial artist, it's quite likely. The first instructor concludes. Is that so? Go on ahead. I want to get some fresh air first. You're not coming to the office? There's something I need to do first. Director, you're finally here. The director greets him. Stop right there. Had you not told me that via sound telepathy, I would have lost control. Anyone would have reacted the same way. facing off against such a sword technique. In my youth, I fought in hundreds of battles against the forces of justice and forces of evil. And obviously, I've fought alongside the Lord many times. The director continues, seeing as how you've personally assisted the Lord as a guardian, the sword technique used by Qian Yo Woon, I'm sure you know this better than I do. If my eyes did not deceive me, it was just like the Lord's heavenly demonic sword techniques. Actually, it was even more blood-curdling. The heavenly demonic sword techniques, as the sword techniques created by the founder of the demonic cult, the heavenly demon, they are the greatest sword techniques of the cult, only passed down to lords. It is said that the heavenly demon ancestor, the greatest martial arts genius of his time, ruled as the greatest martial artist thanks to these sword techniques. Though similar to the heavenly demonic sword techniques at a glance, it's actually far greater. The director realizes the implication. A sword technique that surpasses even the heavenly demonic sword techniques of the Lord. Could it be? How did this kid? But the back of the monolith's been damaged from sword markings. Did he learn it from the sapphire monolith that's said to hold the heavenly demon ancestor's final epiphany? The director adds, I've taken a look at it several times, yet I couldn't make out anything. So how, director, could that sword technique be from? The director interrupts. Let's keep this matter a secret for now. Instructor Ho, so you've had the same thoughts as me, director. I understand. I also think that's the best course of action for now. The director concludes. Young Master Qian Yo Woon. Isn't he overdoing it? This is bad. Back with Yo Woon's group, Baek Gi counts their members. We're still 3 people short. I thought more people would show interest. But since the Liege has obtained another yellow name tag, it's only a matter of time. Yo Woon gathers with his group in a private location. I see, so Wang Chun and Ho Ma Chil. Ya Wu Min, thank you for your hard work in trying to persuade people. It was nothing, my liege. Yo Woon asks, where are the other retainers? Those 2 aside, where is Oh Zhang? Baek Gi flinches. Tell me, what happened? Go Wang Hul explains. That's why Oh Zhang is currently hospitalized in the infirmary. Yo Woon processes this. Ha Eumyung, he still hasn't lost his bad habit. He is angry, but he's keeping his cool and controlling his killing intent. Baek Gi adds, I don't think he'll be rash like before. What would you like to do, my liege? Yo Woon thinks carefully. Since the academy intended for the cadets to fight over the yellow name tags, however, though scummy, I can't say his actions were wrong. It seems like none of them are willing to forgive him. Go Wang Hul questions. Since we owe him big time? Yo Woon decides firmly. It's time for us to pay back our debt. He did change, right? In a secluded area, Qian Zhang Sum meets with Yum Pa and his group members. Yum Pa reports to him. As you requested, we riled up Ha Eumyung into taking Baek Gi's yellow name tag. Qian Zhang Sum asks, huh? Were you the leader of your group? Wasn't it Wu, whatever? Yum Pa explains. Wu Pyonghek has been hospitalized due to serious internal injuries. Qian Zhang Sum responds dismissively. Come on, you really think I'd break a promise? More importantly, you haven't fulfilled your promise yet. Yum Pa hesitates. But here's the thing. The deal was for you to help me obtain Baek Gi. So is Baek Gi here right now? Qian Zhang Sum questions coldly. What do you mean? Then, what exactly would you like us to do? Qian Zhang Sum explains his plan. Well, I don't need anything grandiose. I just think that in order for me to gain Baek Gi, he just needs to taste an even greater despair. You know that saying, right? You need to experience the downs in order to recognize the ups. Yum Pa thinks to himself. This man is truly twisted. Qian Zhang Sum continues. Now that I think about it, you guys don't really have anyone fit to be a group leader with you. And Qian Zhang Sum was obliterated. Oi, Yum Pa. Yum Pa responds. Yes, young master. Qian Zhang Sum makes an offer. I'll give you another chance. Take these guys and crush Baek Gi's, no, Qian Yo Woon's group, and take their yellow name tag. You better not make a stupid mistake like last time. You already know how to do that, right? If you manage to take their name tag, form a group with these guys under my command. And with this, you guys also gain a group leader, so it's a win-win, right? Haha, Yum Pa accepts. I promise not to disappoint you. One of the group members mutters. So he wants us to become his lackeys. Damn it. Later, at the training grounds, Ha Eumyung practices his techniques. Yum Pa approaches. I'm Cadet 200, Yum Pa. You're Cadet 108 hectares Eumyung, the leader of Group 6, right? Ha Eumyung recognizes them. The guys behind him are the same guys that helped me go after Baek Gi yesterday. And what business do you have? Yum Pa states his purpose. I'll get straight to the point. I would like to ask for your help. I need a yellow name tag in order to pass the third test. Ha Eumyung refuses. Don't make me laugh. Why should I help you when there's nothing in it for me? Now stop bothering me while I'm training in Scram. Yum Pa offers the bait. What if I told you that I'm after Cheon Yo Woon's group? Ha Il-myung's eyes widen. Cheon Yo Woon? Yum Pa thinks. He's wavering. Yum Pa continues his persuasion. I personally owe a debt to Cheon Yo Woon, and it's quite the annoying debt. I faced a lot of hardship thanks to him. If we can take his yellow name tag, his group will disband. And who would want to follow someone who's lost his group twice? Naturally, his chances of being disqualified and being unable to take the third test will rise. Ha Il-myung considers the proposal. I do want to finish what I started yesterday, but that bastard's skills are formidable. Do I have no choice but to cooperate? Ha Il-myung agrees. Fine. Yum Pa responds. Thank you for making such a wise decision. Ha Il-myung asks, when will we attack? Yum Pa answers immediately. Right now. Ha Il-myung grins. I like your style. Yum Pa and his group approach Yo Woon's location in the mountains. You little rat bastards. Hey, you guys are quite adept at sneaking around the mountains. Yo Woon speaks calmly. I was about to go look for you anyways. Hey, so thanks for coming here on your own. Yum Pa reacts in disbelief. You're smiling? Do you not understand the situation you're in? You fucking idiot. Yo Woon responds coolly. That should be my line. Yum Pa group threatens. We're warning you. Drop your wooden swords. The scene flashes back to 4 hours earlier at the empty field behind the expert training facility. Woo Pyonghek speaks to his group. Pyonghek, will you be okay by yourself? Woo Pyonghek replies. There's nothing I can do about it. I was told to come alone. A group member expresses concern. I just have a really bad feeling. But one name tag won't be enough for the 20 of us here. It might even cause us to fight amongst ourselves. Woo Pyonghek acknowledges. I get that, but that doesn't mean we can stand around and do nothing. We can form our own group as long as we have a yellow name tag. Besides, in order to survive in the demonic academy, we can't be afraid of getting our hands dirty. But we can't keep crying over spilled milk, so stop worrying about the group. It'll really be the end of us if we give up simply because we're weak. Using our ex-leader as a bargaining chip is wrong. Woo Pyonghek promises. Hold up, I promise to give you a spot once I become a group leader. Suddenly, a voice interrupts. Why you are? Woo Pyonghek startles. How did you? The figure steps forward. Why are you so surprised? Woo Pyonghek recognizes him in shock. You made a deal using me? Ba Baek-gi? Baek-gi confronts them. Are you here to take revenge for yesterday? What? You didn't think you'd pay the price for ambushing us like dirty weasels. The group members panic. Baek-gi, and even Cheon Yo Woon. I heard that he'll shatter your dantian if you anger him. He's like the devil. We need to avoid him at all costs. Just look at how many people he sent to the infirmary. Woo Pyonghek shouts. You idiots! It seems like you're the real idiot. The battle intensifies. Yo Woon focuses intensely on controlling his power. Pyonghak. Baek-gi demands answers. Where is it? The yellow name tag. The one you bastards took yesterday after breaking all of Oh-jong's fingers. One of the group members reflects. Cadet 108, there's no way that greedy weasel would have just let these guys have it. Damn it. Don't stop me. Stop. Baek-gi questions. Or are you getting sentimental because they're your former group? What did you mean earlier by making a deal over me? The Blade Clan's young master, Cheon Yu-chan, he told us to put you in a crisis by attacking you and taking your yellow name tag. Baek-gi's voice turns cold with fury. Fuck, I can't believe it, you underhanded piece of shit. I'm going to do to you what you did to Oh-jong. Now hold up. What now? Do you think that just beating up one guy is enough? Trust me. And we can bait out all of them. Cadet 670. Do you really believe in young master Cheon Yu-chan's words? Cadet 670 responds. What do you mean by that? Do you really think he'll give you guys a yellow name tag? Made a promise with us, okay? Then since you guys are a group of 20, he must have promised you guys 2 tags. But the young master, that's... Wait, he's only giving us 1? Nah, you said you'd include us in the group, even if we didn't help with the ambush. First you guys got played, and now you guys want to start infighting? What do you mean played? Do you really think young master Cheon Yu-chan wouldn't have foreseen this problem? If you guys fight amongst yourselves, you'll just be playing right into his schemes. The frustration mounts. Were we really just pawns in his games? Damn it. Is shouting in anger all you plan to do? If you're truly angry, you should take revenge. Yum Pa group threatens. We're warning you. Drop your wooden swords. Now what is the meaning of this? Yum Pa responds. The meaning? Did you really think you guys could keep using the yellow name tag as collateral? You must still think of us as idiots. It seems like you've let someone sweet talk you guys. Sweet talk? You couldn't even take an instructor's name tag because you lack the skills. How dare you say that when you're a weasel that ambushes people in a group? How dare you claim I lack skills? Then according to your words, no matter what, you won't start running like a rat, right? Because we have no intention of letting you go. Yum Pa thinks to himself. This isn't the time to be prideful. Do I need to try and escape by myself? If I abandon my group mates here, passing the third test won't be possible. Yum Pa takes a different approach. Damn it, how did it come to this? But if I fail this time as well, I'll lose all chances of serving under young master Qian Yu Chan. I need to persuade them no matter what and avoid this crisis. Gao Yin, I think there was a misunderstanding. Young master Qian Yu Chan said he would make you guys his personal retainers, so why don't you believe him? Does that mean he'll give us 2 yellow name tags? In order to accept all 19 of us as his retainers, what should I do? If I can't persuade them here, this mission will end in failure, damn it, so that's why they betrayed us. But I can't just make a promise on my own either. How about we do this instead? I'll personally inquire with young master Qian Yu Chan, so that you guys can receive 2 yellow name tags. Cadet 670 is surprised. You'll inquire? Hee. Since I can inquire, it won't be a lie. Of course, it'll entirely be up to young master Qian Yu Chan whether he will accept it or not. That's quite an attractive proposal, but will you be able to handle it? He means if you can handle me. You fucking asshole. The clash is explosive. How? That was a wooden sword imbued with 7-star key. Baek Ji observes the exchange and speaks. I'll be your opponent. You underhanded bastard, doing a surprise attack. The soldiers engaged in battle struggle under the pressure. We're at a clear disadvantage. Damn it, did it break again? There's no way I can handle Qian Yo Woon's monstrous group. Yo Woon's allies push forward aggressively. What do you guys think you're doing? Move! Don't get in my way. I need to somehow break through Group 12 and escape. Another soldier observes. I think it's also time for us to get started. This will be my debut, haha. The battle intensifies with war cries. As the fighting continues, the soldiers begin to recognize their defeat. How did it come to this? It's our loss. There's no way out. Resisting will only make things worse. If we can't win, I surrender. It's your victory, young master Qian Yo Woon. Yo Woon doesn't acknowledge the surrender. What is the meaning of this? The results have already been decided. What should we do when we've already lost? No matter how angry he is, you've defeated us. Please show us mercy as a Vice Lord candidate. But Yo Woon responds coldly. He, mercy? Yo Woon continues his assault on the surrendered opponent. What are you doing? To an opponent that's surrendered. Shut it, you need to pay the price for messing with someone else. One soldier grunts. Oh, I haven't even started yet. Yo Woon intensifies his attacks. The defeated cadet threatens desperately. Do you really think that young master Qian Yu Chan will let this slide? You, fucking asshole, Qian Yu Chan won't let this slide? Shit, Yo Woon responds coldly. Did I hit a nerve? However, young master Qian Yu Chan currently commands the biggest faction within the demonic academy. I have no choice but to hope that Qian Yo Woon will be at least a little afraid of him. Yo Woon's reaction is dismissive. I forgot. He's the guy that shattered all of Qian Zhang Sum's bones. The soldier loses consciousness. Gurgle, to faint from just this. Had I used all my strength, I might have ended up smashing his head. Yo Woon inquires. What about Ha Ilmyang? Baek Ji responds. He's over there. He was resisting too much, so we've activated his mute and paralysis Kai pressure points. Fuck, if only my ribs hadn't broken. Baek Ji offers. Should I release his mute Kai pressure point? Yo Woon says. No, that's okay. I don't have anything I want to hear from this bastard. This son of a bitch, is he going to? Suddenly, Yo Woon asks coldly. Does it hurt? Here's another one. Ha Ilmyang screams. Yo Woon responds dismissively. Shut it. Don't be such a baby over a single finger. Oh Zhang was probably in as much pain as you. Actually, since you guys brutally beat him up, he was probably in even more pain. Ha Ilmyang responds with despair and rage. God, fucking damn it. Fuck, we're the ones who did that. Kua, you son of a bitch. Ha Ilmyang struggles violently. I'm going to fucking kill you. No matter what, I will. I'm going to give you guys an order. Break one leg and all the fingers of all the members of Ha Ilmyang's group. Yes sir, had we allowed Yum Pa to sweet talk us earlier, we probably would have met the same fate. El Liege, my liege. Meanwhile, at another location, Qian Yu Chan's group practices sword formations. We performed the 7-demon sword as the secret book detailed, but this doesn't feel right. They're all advanced martial artists, so they should all have mastered the technique already. But why are we unable to recreate the special synergy of this sword formation? One of the practitioners suggests. Let's take a break. I'll have to read over the secret book some more. Yes, young master. Qian Yu Chan questions one of his spectators. As a spectator, how was it? Hey, Wu Gum Pill. Do you think we performed the sword formation correctly? Wu Gum Pill responds honestly. Well, it's fine, so don't worry about telling me your thoughts. To be frank, it only looked like everyone performed the same technique at the same time. I can't quite say, since I've never seen the formation performed properly, but it looked quite normal to me. Suddenly, a commotion breaks out. Wei young master, over there, Qian Yu Chan demands. Who are you guys? Yum Pa responds weakly. Young master, it's me. Qian Yu Chan asks. And who's the guy you're carrying? This voice, are you Yum Pa? What's wrong with your face? Go Wang Hul and Beck Gi. They're Qian Yo Woon's subordinates. Qian Yu Chan questions further. And this guy? It's Qian Yo Woon, sir. Qian Yu Chan's expression hardens. Ha, Qian Yo Woon? What did you do to put him in this state? Beck Gi explains. If it weren't for Ha Eunmyung, it would have been the end for us. He's been learning the demonic blood reversal technique. Qian Yu Chan's eyes widen. The demonic blood reversal technique? Demonic blood reversal technique. It's a key control technique that makes you stronger by reversing the flow of your blood points. However, it damages your Kai points the more you use it, eventually making the user go insane. It's been designated as a dangerous martial art, even within the cult. Qian Yu Chan mutters. This guy was also a nut job. I bet he went on a rampage and attacked both foes and allies indiscriminately. Qian Yu Chan addresses them. I honestly wasn't expecting much from you guys, so I'm quite impressed. Well then, before we send him off to the infirmary, anyways, good job. Haha, Qian Yu Chan laughs. Ha ha ha, I bet that hurt. Aren't you grateful? Qian Yu Chan speaks coldly. What in the? But unlike you, I'll leave your Dantian alone. He cut the tendons of someone that's already a mess. What a terrifying guy. He's absolutely merciless. Yum Pa, you bastard. What's the meaning of this? Then a figure steps forward. What the? How did you? Everyone, get up. One of the soldiers groans. Yosh! That was fast. I thought we'd be laying down a bit longer. I wish I got to rest longer. Wait, you bastards. What about young master Qian Yu Chan? Wait. Another figure speaks. You snake. You tricked us. OG Lan announces calmly. Well, everything went as planned. Crimson Windblade Clan OG Lan. Damn it, was he knocked out? Then what about Group 12? They're the ones that brought them here. Jin Yu shouts. Yum Pa, you dare betray our young master? Destructive Fist Clan Jin Yu. I can't believe you guys have such little faith in Yum Pa. Maybe this wasn't needed then. Suddenly, a furious voice erupts. You bastard. Qian Yo Woon. Ja my liege. What a powerful knockback. For his ki to increase so dramatically. Kua. Are you okay, my liege? Yo Woon responds calmly. I'm fine, so no need to worry. Beck Gi reports. We finished taking care of them. So that's the demonic blood reversal technique. This is the first time I've ever seen it. What about the rest of them? One of the defeated soldiers grunts. We just have to send them to the infirmary now. Now that we've avenged Oh Zhang and uncovered the true mastermind, Hyo Bong wants to continue the assault. We should. Hyo Bong, calm down. I get that you're frustrated, but we lack the manpower to face them right now. We need to not only match their numbers, but have at least another 2 inept experts like Beck Gi in order to think about fighting them. Wouldn't Go Wang Hul and I be able to face an inept expert together? Another cadet volunteers. If you need more people, we'll also help. Yo Woon responds. Thank you, Gal Yin. However, even with your group's help, it'll still be dangerous. I guess that can't be helped. Well then, let's first take these guys to the infirmary and plan our revenge for later. Damn it, if only we had at least one more inept expert. Later, Yo Woon addresses his group. Get ready. We'll strike Qian Yu Chan now. Beck Gi questions. My liege, have you thought up a plan? You bastard. How did you? But your voice was definitely Yum Pa. Yo Woon then deactivates the voice change. Deactivating voice change. It's still not my voice. Oh, what the? There we go. His voice is changing. I'm still amazed by it. How do you think he does it? Yo Woon asks. Anyway, did you guys see their faces? Beck Gi laughs. As clear as day. Their shocked faces were priceless. Look behind you, they're still pretty funny. Jin Yu and OG Lan react with fury. You goddamn bastards. How dare you guys use such tricks? Jin Yu, don't. OG Lan warns. If that's really Qian Yo Woon, there's no way you can face him. Jin Yu charges forward. He blocked my fist technique so easily. Yo Woon moves decisively. I'll be taking this. Jin Yu. Maybe it's because he's an inept expert. He didn't go down in one hit. A powerful energy is forming 60 meters behind you. Everyone, get down. Yo Woon speaks coldly. Fuck. What a shame. Wah, I wanted to pay you back for the surprise attack. Qian Yu-chan arrives and speaks. A blade key? Qian Yu-chan. Yo Woon responds. I didn't want you to use the surprise attack as an excuse for losing. He was still a brat when I met him in front of the individual training facility. Qian Yu-chan's eyes widen. What an unbelievable growth rate. I should have sliced his arm off back then. I'm going to take one of his arms before he gets stronger than me. An observer thinks, for the young prince to get so serious. So he's acknowledging Qian Yo-woon as a proper opponent. Baek Ji worries. My liege, if you lose here, that'll be it for the group battle. Demonic Phantom Blade Technique. The second technique, Phantom Blade Strike. This is the Blade Clan's technique that can rival the butterfly dance. His fighting spirit is no laughing matter. Qian Yo-woon thinks to himself. It would be a foolish move to not use everything I have against a stronger opponent. Qian Yu-chan reacts. Sword key? Qian Yo-woon responds. I'll respond with a sword technique. Qian Yu-chan questions angrily. You bastard. What are you planning? The Phantom Blade Strike isn't so simple that you can block it with an ordinary sword technique. The blade curves midair. What the? It curved? The crowd erupts. Yeah, liege. Qian Yo-woon reflects. I thought I nullified his blade movement. That kind of movement would severely strain one's arms. His arm must be very well trained. Honestly, he could have fought against the senior officer, but he ended up attacking me from such an odd angle. Also, he has a little bit more internal energy than me. Qian Yu-chan speaks. You're quite lucky. I was aiming to cut your arm off with that strike. Qian Yu-chan continues. Why don't you stop messing around with that incomplete sword technique that you're clearly not used to, and use your butterfly dance? Incomplete sword technique? Did he recognize that this is the destructive sword technique? From the Sapphire Monument? Qian Yu-chan taunts. Did you really think I wouldn't recognize that sword technique? Ha ha ha. Qian Yu-chan continues. You seem to be mimicking the 7-demon sword from the examples shown by the instructors, but that won't work on me. Or not. 5 techniques. Qian Yu-chan proposes. If you are going to continue being stubborn and use that incomplete 7-demon sword. Qian Yu-chan warns. I'll warn you. You'll end up saying goodbye permanently to your right arm within 5 techniques. Then, do you want to make a bet? A bet? Yeah. You're the one claiming you can defeat my incomplete sword technique within 5 moves. That should be a pretty advantageous bet for you then. State your conditions. Let's fight with all our yellow name tags on the line. Qian Yu-chan laughs. Ha ha ha. You really are a funny guy. But seeing as how I have 4 yellow name tags. Qian Yu-chan adds. Let's make this a fair bet. I'll take Baek Ji if I win. Baek Ji thinks. Is this really? That bastard? He's still hung up on me? Qian Yu-chan asks. That's okay, right? I can trust you, right? Qian Yo-woon. Qian Yu-chan confirms. Alright. Now this is finally a real bet. Qian Yo-woon responds. You're quite full of yourself. Qian Yu-chan taunts. Come at me. I'll let you have the first strike this time. Shut up and come at me already. Qian Yu-chan boasts. Do you know how many times I've read the secret book of the 7 demon swords in order to fight against the instructors? You fool. Your stupid stubbornness is going to cost you everything. I already know all of its flaws. Qian Yu-chan unleashes his technique. Demonic Phantom Blade Technique. The 4th technique. Phantom Blade Wisp. Qian Yu-chan reacts in shock. Huh? What the? Is this actually the 7-demon sword? No way. At this rate, as the technique continues, it's becoming harder and harder to block. Qian Yo-woon continues his assault. Demonic Phantom Technique. The 5th technique. Qian Yu-chan panics. What the fuck? How is he so fast? Ooh, what is this? I'm getting sucked in? Ko-oh. Shit. The Blade Clan's Vice Lord candidate, Qian Yu-chan. Contrary to his flippant personality, he was actually a hard-working genius that worked himself to the bone. Having already been an inept expert at the time of entering the Demonic Academy, his ceaseless efforts got him to the level of a true expert, shocking the other cadets. The subordinates that followed him were sure that he was the best candidate to become the next Vice Lord. Qian Yu-chan falls. Coup! His subordinates react. The young master lost. In a single technique, no less. Qian Yo-woon warns them coldly. If you take another step, I'll also cut off his remaining arm. Everyone, back off. Qian Yo-woon demands. Now, hand them over as promised. Qian Yu-chan asks desperately. How did you do it? Qian Yo-woon responds. What? Qian Yu-chan continues. How did you perform such a great technique with just the 7-demon sword? That's right. Qian Yo-woon responds dismissively. If that's what it looked like to you, you're nowhere near strong enough to be discussing sword techniques. Qian Yu-chan realizes. Just the 7-demon sword? You're nowhere near strong enough to threaten my life like that. Qian Yu Chan thinks to himself. I worked so hard to become the Vice Lord. Qian Yo Woon commands. Hand over the yellow name tags. Qian Yu Chan's subordinate speaks. Young master. Qian Yu Chan mutters. Qian Yo Woon. Sigh. Don't think that this is the end. Just you wait, we will pay you back for this one day. His subordinates shout. Just as the young master said, don't think that this will be the end. Suddenly Qian Yo Woon attacks. Ku. Qian Yo Woon speaks. I don't recall promising to end things with the yellow name tag. Cough. Wu Gum Pill protests. Well, you bastard? We kept our promise. What is meaning of this? Qian Yo Woon explains. I just learned a great lesson from Qian Yu Chan. Don't leave loose ends, you know? Qian Yo Woon continues. So it's okay if you guys do it, but it's spiteful when someone else does it. Qian Yo Woon orders. Capture all the remaining guys and break their arms and legs. His followers respond. Yes, sir. The crowd reacts. Whoa! The fighting intensifies. Gee god damn it. Oh, my leg. Qian Yo Woon offers. Here, Cadet 670 questions. This is. Why are you giving us yellow name tags? Qian Yo Woon explains. I have no reason to hoard them. Cadet 670 reflects. In this place that's all about the survival of the fittest. He didn't have to give it to us. This man is truly destined for greatness. And because of this event, we've definitely gotten on the bad side of the Blade clan. If that's the case, won't it be best for us to help young Master Qian Yo Woon become the Vice Lord? The group kneels. What are you guys all doing? They declare. We want to swear our loyalty to you, young Master Qian Yo Woon. Baek Gi observes. It really went according to your plans again. The group pleads. Please accept us. Baek Gi comments. Haha, he really is different from how he looks. The scene shifts to the Demonic Academy second floor infirmary. A voice laughs. Hee 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 hee. Oh. The Academy doctor speaks enthusiastically. Thanks, Yo Woon, for sending me this many patients right after your punishment ended. Patients cry out. Ah, my arm, and my leg. The bone pierced my skin. Someone observes. To smile while looking at injured people, he really is a weirdo. The doctor ponders happily. Which patient should I start with? What a dilemma, but a happy dilemma it is. It feels like it was yesterday that I brought that kid to the infirmary for internal injuries. Who could have guessed that he'd turn out to be such a monster? Hey, you guys, could you stop chatting and hold this guy down? Guards respond. Understood. Huff huff. Someone observes. You have my admiration, my liege. I will follow you to the end. At the Demonic Academy Director's office. This is undoubtedly the demonic blood reversal technique. Ha Eunmyoung wakes. Director. I swear I was in the middle of fighting that bastard Qian Yo Woon. The director states. I'll be the one asking questions. Ha Eunmyoung asks confused. Excuse me? The director questions sternly. How do you know how to use the demonic blood reversal technique? Ha Eunmyoung responds. I have no idea what you're referring to, sir. The director sighs. Director. Huh? Why are you doing this to me? Ha Eunmyoung screams. Ah. The director speaks. No one can hear your screams, Cadet 108. I'm blocking all sounds from escaping the area with my aura. The director continues. Ha Eunmyoung of the mid-sized clan, the Sword Warrior clan. Officially, it is not affiliated with any other clans. That's the extent of the information you submitted. The director presses. But seeing how you've already mastered the demonic blood reversal technique, a martial art that's been lost for decades, at the age of 17, you must think you're good at keeping secrets. Your entire clan is now under suspicion. Do you not care if the Sword Warrior clan gets wiped out? Ha Eunmyoung cries out. The director warns. You seem to be underestimating the information network of the cult's left guardian. Did you really think I didn't know? That the Sword Warrior clan is one of the two Shadow Sword clans, a secret organization of the Sword clan? Fucking shit. Damn it all. Crunch. The director reacts. What the? Damn it. I didn't expect that. Ha Eunmyoung. This bastard. Damn it. I can't calm his ki down. This guy did not only cut off and swallow his own tongue, he also reversed the flow of his ki. Damn it. So they don't intend on getting caught so easily. Ha Eunmyoung's final thought. For my fate to be dying as a dog of that clan. How regretful. The scene shifts to 6 p.m. at the Demonic Academy cafeteria. The crowd swarms. It's young Master Qian Yo Woon. Me first. Hey, I was waiting here before you, so get behind me. No, I was here first. Please look over here. Watch where you're touching. Please, give me a moment of your time. That's bullshit. You son of a bitch. I got here first. Hyo Bong shouts. Form a line. How dare you guys ask him to meet with you while causing such a ruckus? Oh, Hyo Bong commands. If you have business with our liege, form a line in the order of arrival. Go Wang Hul observes. I guess it can't be helped. As expected of Hyo Bong. But has the rumor spread already? It was quicker than I expected. Hyo Bong continues. Hey, all of you, get in line. Go Wang Hul explains. I guess it can't be helped. Not only did he win against instructor Ho Jin Chong, he knocked out Qian Yu Chan. Now our liege has been recognized as a vice lord candidate on par with Qian Mu Yian of the Dark Clan. The first cadet introduces himself. Young Master Qian Yo Woon. I am Cadet 7. My name is Yom Sub Jong of the Thief Clan. Huh? Do we have to get down on one knee? I might only be from a mid-sized clan, but I still want to help the young master. I am Cadet 22, Gong Jin Ho of the Palm Strike Clan. I heard that there are a lot of vacancies within your group. Please accept me as a member. There's a lot of them. Another cadet adds, I'm Cadet 907, Lee Mu Du. I heard you have 6 yellow name tags. I want to become a part of your group, sir. Qian Yo Woon thinks. Hearing them all out might take a while. Qian Yo Woon addresses the crowd. I'd like to thank everyone for gathering to apply to become a member of my group. However, there is something I have to preface. I'm not looking for people just to take this test together. I want people who will become my comrade and subordinate in order to create a brand new heavenly demonic cult. Though it will be a rough journey, I will walk alongside everyone. If you do not have any intention of joining me on our journey, I'll have to politely decline your application. Go Wang Hul observes. My liege has become more thoughtful. I am going to change the 6 foundations of the cult. The crowd reacts. What? Go Wang Hul analyzes. Instead of displaying hostility against the 6 main clans like before, he put forth the change of the heavenly demonic cult as his cause. It's far less intimidating for the cadets, and it shows his ambitions as a vice lord candidate. However, he still has no one backing him like the main clans do. I wonder how many of them will actually stick around this time. Cadets start withdrawing. I apologize. That will be a bit difficult for me. I'm sorry. I haven't thought that far. As I thought, as my clan serves the Sound Clan, I'll also have to retract my application. I'm sorry. It's a shame, but I can't really fault them. For these many to remain. One cadet pledges. After hearing the young master's words, even though I might lack the skills, I wish to accompany you on your journey. Please accept us. The crowd reacts. Young Master Qian Yo Woon. A voice calls out. Could I have a short talk with you? Someone recognizes him. Huh? That guy is. It's Moon Gyu. I'm sure of it. Huh? My liege. You need to accept Moon Gyu no matter what. Moon Gyu is a grandson of the 9th Council Elder, Moon Yian. Dark Dragon Palm Clan, Cadet 408, Moon Gyu. The peak of the heavenly demonic cult, the Lord, and the 12 Council Elders directly beneath him. With the exception of the Council Elders that weren't from one of the 6 main clans, the rest were skilled martial artists who got the position based entirely on their own ability. The 9th Council Elder, Moon Yian. As a member of the famed Dark Dragon Palm Clan, he rose to his position through his achievements during the last Great Demonic War. Not only does he possess powerful martial arts, he's also had great acumen, which enabled him to grow the Dark Dragon Palm Clan into a faction that can rival the 6 main clans. That's why the descendant of the Dark Dragon Palm Clan is considered one of the most important recruitment targets among the Vice Lord candidates. Someone observes Moon Gyu approaching. Huh? Why is he limping? Is something wrong with him? Moon Gyu speaks to Qian Yo Woon. You have 6 yellow name tags, correct? That's right. One of them is mine. Moon Gyu explains his story. The 6 main clans continuously tried to recruit me, a descendant of the Dark Dragon Palm Clan, as one of their subordinates. I politely refused every time. And then that happened when Qian Yu Chan came to me for the 3rd time. I'll ask you one last time. Will you become my retainer? Moon Gyu had responded. I'm sorry, young Master Qian Yu Chan. I have not changed my mind about maintaining neutrality. I simply want to focus on the Demonic Academy for now. Moon Gyu continues. When I gave him my response, he suddenly assaulted me. And in the end, I was defeated. Not only did he take my yellow name tag, he also broke my left leg and right arm. And left after threatening me to join his group if I want to pass the 3rd test. Crazy bastard, he's not greedy for talented people. He's obsessed with them. Moon Gyu explains further. I planned on joining any group and taking my revenge once I recovered. But no one would accept me when I told them that I broke my arm and leg. Oh, so what do you want to do about it? Qian Yo Woon responds. Still, I'm sure there are some who would accept you based on your skills. There was one group leader that said she would take me, but she retracted her offer after less than 2 hours. Turns out Qian Yu Chan had interfered. Hyo Bong reacts. What a fucking nasty asshole. I'm honestly glad now our liege cut off his arm. Same here. Seriously. Moon Gyu continues. Regardless of the 3rd test, I wanted to take my revenge as soon as I recovered. That's when I heard that you cut off his arm. I'm honestly not sure if I should feel happy or disappointed. That's why you need to take responsibility. Cheon Yo Woon's group reacts. What? I get that you're in a bad spot, but how did you come to that conclusion? Asking for him to take responsibility, it kind of feels gay. Moon Gyu apologizes. I apologize. I wasn't great with my words because I still feel depressed. But I'd like it if you could accept me by looking beyond just my broken arm and leg. Cheon Yo Woon asks. Does that mean you have intentions to join me on my journey? Or do you simply want to be my group member? Moon Gyu remembers his grandfather's words. Moon Gyu, when you enter the demonic academy, maintain neutrality at all times. But if someone comes along that you want to serve as your liege, be sure to carefully observe him before making a decision. Moon Gyu requests. Could I join your group for now and think about becoming your retainer? It won't take long, I promise. Cheon Yo Woon refuses. If that's the case, I refuse. But that's, his followers protest. He's in quite an unfortunate predicament. Why don't you reconsider it, sir? My liege, you'll come to regret letting a talented fellow like Moon Gyu go. How can you so easily give up on someone that all the other Vice Lord candidates are desperate to recruit? My liege, I think if a cadet skilled enough to be a group leader has decided to get on his knees for you, there's a strong chance he'll say yes to becoming your retainer. I think it'd be best if you accept him for now. Cheon Yo Woon stands firm. I can't go back on a rule I enforced myself, just because he's a talented guy. If I accept him simply based on his circumstance, what about all the other cadets I rejected till now? Moon Gyu pleads desperately. Well, young master, could you please give me 4 days then? Then just 2 days. No. I refuse. Moon Gyu continues. Just one. Stop. Ugh. Cheon Yo Woon questions. Why are you so desperate to become a part of my group? Cheon Yo Woon commands internally. Nano, facial analysis mode. Nano responds. Activating facial analysis mode. Moon Gyu responds. Well, that's because, I want to observe a bit more what kind of person you are. Error. Unable to execute facial analysis mode. Analysis is impossible as the target's face is covered up by artificial skin. Cheon Yo Woon realizes. Is it a human skin mask? How come? The skin on his ears and the back of his neck is slightly different. Why is he hiding his face? Nano continues analysis. After analyzing the target's body with the exception of the face, the target's age is estimated to be around 15 to 17, and the target's gender is female. Cheon Yo Woon reacts internally. Could he be hiding his identity? Moon Gyu senses the scrutiny. I'm getting the feeling that he's staring at my ear and neck. Could it be? There's no way. How could he realize something that not even the left guardian noticed? Huh? A girl. Ahaha. Fuck. Moon Gyu suddenly declares. Actually, I want to become your retainer, young master Cheon Yo Woon. Turns out I didn't have to think that hard about it. Please accept me. My life is now yours. The group reacts. Huh? So suddenly? Moon Gyu adds quickly. What you were about to say. I'd like to talk about that in private with you later. Cheon Yo Woon agrees. Fine. Group leader Moon Gyu. It's been a while. It certainly has been, Ya Woo Min. Welcome. I've heard plenty about you. My name is Go Wang Hul. Name's Baek Gi. And I'm Heo Bong. 26 new people joined me. With a total of 53 people, I created groups equal to the number of yellow name tags I possessed. And I selected 5 group leaders based on their skills and loyalty. Group 1 leader Go Wang Hul. Group 2 leader Baek Gi. Group 3 leader Ho Sang-hwa in charge of the female cadets. Group 4 leader Ya Woo Min. Group 5 leader Gal Yin, leader of a previous group. Gal Yin thinks, I'll have to do my best. And like that, Cheon Yo Woon came to lead the largest faction in the Demonic Academy. That evening behind the expert training facility, Moon Gyu reveals the truth. Your twin younger brother's face? Yes. Before I was born, my father was sent out on a mission where he was murdered in an ambush set up by the forces of evil. From that shock, my mother passed away while giving birth to my brother. My brother Moon Yu, who was born from an obstructed labor, was born with a disability. Moon Gyu continues. My grandfather, out of shock, hid this fact to the outside world. Cheon Yo Woon responds. I guess the silver lining is that you have a genius talent in martial arts. But the truth would come to light eventually over time, so why go through the trouble? Moon Gyu explains further. Because the 6 main clans want to make the Dark Dragon Palm clan one of their subservient clans no matter what. They've sent a matchmaker to us regularly to try and create a bond between our clans. So had they known about our situation before I entered the Demonic Academy? I see. I heard that traditionally, the clan leader position of the Dark Dragon Palm clan has always been held by a man. With their circumstances, had a matchmaker been able to wed her, they would have then somehow forced Moon Yu to enter the academy and killed him in an unfortunate accident. And now without someone to inherit the clan, one of them could have absorbed the Dark Dragon Palm clan, breaking the balance of power between the 6 main clans. Moon Yu continues. That's why I suggested entering the demonic academy while cross-dressing. If I managed to get a good result, even the 6 main clans wouldn't be able to easily mess with us. Qian Yo Woon asks, no one knows your genders, so why did you use your name instead of your brother's? Moon Yu explains, this needs to seem like something that I schemed on my own, so even if I'm found out, it won't cause trouble for my clan or my brother. Qian Yo Woon reflects, she also grew up without any parents, so she had such a backstory. Moon Yu asks, you now get why I'm wearing a human skin mask, right? So please keep your promise and never tell anyone. I promise. Qian Yo Woon questions, so is your voice also modified? Moon Yu responds, of course. I'd get caught immediately if things were even a little off. Qian Yo Woon observes, when she was forcing her voice to be husky, she seemed like a prepubescent teenage boy. But now it's clear that she's a girl. I feel much better speaking in my natural voice. My voice becomes hoarse easily when I forcibly make it huskier. Hee hee. Moon Yu remembers, right, I almost forgot. Look at the time. Huh? It's time for me to apply the glue on my mask. If I don't reapply glue every night, it might fall off at any moment. Moon Yu struggles. Ugh, why won't it come off? Darn it, my headband came off. Actually, it's been really hard applying the glue with only one arm. So I'm glad I have you, young master. Qian Yo Woon responds. It is. Huh? Moon Yu smiles. I've never seen anyone so pretty. There we go. Thank you. I guess it paid off to share my secret this time around, hey. Moon Yu continues. As you can see, I still haven't fully recovered. So training has been difficult. You're going to the adamantine stone training rooms, right? Yes. Wait, which room is your dormitory again? Hold on, over here. Building 4, room 7. How come? I'll see you later. Oh, well now that I'm one of your group members, I should start moving my things into your room. At the training grounds, student 321 Pyong 1 Han of the Demonic Bones sex trains intensely. Student 3 and candidate for the minor priesthood, Mujium Qian of the stealth sect battles. During the 10 days young Lord Mujium was in the infirmary, the students have become much stronger. Screw you, I can't believe a student of a mere upper-rank sect was able to trade over 30 forms with the young lord. But of course, young Lord Mujium now has over 60 years worth of internal powers, thanks to consuming a demonic dragon marble. However, his desperation has led to him only awaken to the early stages of Transcendent Master so far. Mujium declares, I got the yellow badge. Let's go, Ya Hyon. His subordinate responds, yes, my lord. Mujium vows, and there's only one explanation to all of this. If I'm going to take down that monster of a fighter, I need to foster my powers to be able to easily take down trash like this kid. I will catch up to you, Yo-un. At dormitory 4 room 7, Moon Yu arrives. Oh, there you are. The guys react. I'm pooped. This isn't good. Ah, it's so hot. I'm going to go wash up. La la la, wait up. Qian Yo Woon thinks nervously. I'm sure she won't get found out, thanks to that human skin mask. But the problem here is, I knew it. I'm sorry I can't save your dignity here, Hyobong. I need to go and wash up. The followers offer. We'll go ahead first, my lord. Feel free to go ahead and wash up, my lord. Moon Yu insists. Are you okay with this? Oh, of course. I've been through this so many times that I'm used to it. Nano reports. The target's body temperature has suddenly greatly increased. Qian Yo Woon thinks. Used to it, my foot. You can't even look me straight in the eye. I should make it a rule that the guys can't walk around the dorm room naked. The next morning, 7 days into the 3rd examination, Yo-un and his followers went to the main hall to report their possession of the yellow badges. After that, they were officially recognized as group leaders for the 3rd examination. There were a total of 17 yellow badges, but Chok-sama of the warrior dance sect possessed 2 badges without assigning the second one to another leader. Registration for the groups were closed with a total of 16 groups in the end. And now, 15 of the 206 total students were without a group. They had 21 days to find a group to join. At an empty field at the foot of the mountain behind the dorms, the group leaders speak. Now that I'm a group leader, I'll teach these members the 7 demon sword technique. I'm sure you're already busy teaching your group members the technique, my lord. I think it'll be fine if you leave us to teach our own groups. Qian Yo Woon thinks. They're saying all of this pretending that they care about me, but... A follower questions. Shouldn't you practice the 7 demon sword technique for at least 7 days? Wang Hu responds. That's way too long. The way I see it, it should only take 4 days for the 7 demon sword technique. And 7 days should be enough for the sword demon's decimating formations. Qian Yo Woon thinks, they're clearly only saying this because of their little squabble earlier at breakfast. The least they could have done is make sure I didn't hear them bicker. Another agrees. I agree with Wang Hul. We had our own training methods prior to all of this. I'd like to continue with that. Qian Yo Woon responds. Alright, do as you please. Someone claims a spot. I'm taking this spot. Don't even think about peeking and stealing our techniques. Another responds. Then I'm taking this one. I should be the one saying that to you. Qian Yo Woon thinks. So they're competing against each other, huh? I'll just head over there. But then again, a little friendly competition isn't a bad thing. Group leaders speak. My lord, I need to recruit more members. My apologies, my lord. May I leave my members with you until I'm able to fill all of the spots? We'll be off to recruit more members, then. You too, Uman? I'm in the same spot. Qian Yo Woon agrees. Sure, no need to worry. Qian Yo Woon reflects. This isn't just a matter of picking and choosing people to join. They're going to need to persuade other students to join. So it's going to take some time. But that can't be helped. Now that I think about it, Baekji needs to recruit more members too, doesn't he? But then again, he hates getting help from others. So I'm sure he'll figure it out. Followers approach nervously. With so many members, it looks like the young master is having a hard time having to take care of each and every member. I'm finally learning martial arts from our lord. I'm a little nervous since this is my first time teaching. Qian Yo Woon begins. But either way, let's start. Let me give you a demonstration first. I'll go slow, so make sure to watch every movement. Followers respond. Yes, my lord. They watch in awe. Whoa, it's exactly like the pictures in the manuals. This is a new technique to all of us. How is he able to perform it so perfectly? How is this possible? I heard that he was locked up in the detention center for 5 of the 7 days we've had so far. Yet his form is perfect. Even I consider myself to be a quick learner, but there's no way I could perform a new sword technique with such finesse. Qian Yo Woon concludes. There we go. I assume you were all paying attention. Qian Yo Woon announces. And now, I'll help each of you refine your form. Perform the 7 demon sword technique for me. Followers react excitedly. Yes, my lord. Whoa. I can't believe he's going to personally coach each and every one of us. Am I dreaming? Do you mean it, my lord? This is a golden opportunity for all of us. Someone asks, then who would you like to go first, my lord? Me, right? Qian Yo Woon questions. What are you talking about? Followers respond confused. Pardon? Qian Yo Woon clarifies. I want you all to perform it at once to get through this quickly. If I were to go one by one, we'd be here for an eternity. Followers react shocked. What? All right. Now everyone, perform the 7 demon sword technique for me. Moon Gyu observes. He might be able to help the group complete the sword formation together. Maybe I should keep a watch on the side and help him out. But I don't think it's humanly possible to coach them on each and every one of their forms at once. A cadet suggests nervously. Why don't we just try it out first? Qian Yo Woon activates Nano. Nano, activate augmented reality. Perform the first form. Use tutorial mode to analyze all 17 members for their forms for the 7 demon sword technique. Let me know if any of them are off. Nano responds. Will do. Activating multi-tutorial mode for all 17 targets. Set for martial arts technique, 7 demon sword. Qian Yo Woon commands. Begin with the first codified fighting form. The first sword. Cadets execute. The first sword. Oh, no. Moon Gyu thinks. Since they're in a group, their forms look okay. But in reality, a good portion of them are unstable in their form. For now, I'll use the distant whispering technique to tell our lord which students aren't performing well. Qian Yo Woon addresses them. Since we're in the middle of training, I'll refer to you all by numbers. First, number 31 in row 1. When performing the first sword, you aren't putting enough strength while stretching out your arm for the first form. A weak start like that is only going to make the rest of the forms weak as well. Be careful. Cadet 31 responds. Yes, my lord. Qian Yo Woon continues. Number 95. You lost your balance while performing the codified fighting form, right? When performing the third form, your right foot needs to come forward 1 step. But instead, you put out your left foot. If you don't perform the footwork right, your technique will fall apart. Keep that in mind. Cadet 95 responds. Well, yes, my lord. Qian Yo Woon calls. Number 23. Cadet 23 responds. My lord. Qian Yo Woon corrects. The tip of your sword keeps falling downward as you do the form. And during the third form, you keep using your wrist strength during your right foot step. Instead, you should be using the rotation of your hips as your driving force. Cadet 23 responds. Yes. Thank you, my lord. Moon Gyu thinks amazed. No way. Did he really manage to observe everyone in that moment? I had to keep an extra careful eye on Hyobong, yet he was able to point out all of his flaws perfectly. Cheon Yo Woon continues. Next up, number 508. Every time you do your sword form, you stretch your knees when you take a step. Doing so could strain your body as you continue on with the forms. Cadet 508 responds. Noted. Thank you. Yes, my lord. Someone thinks. This is beyond just having a sharp pair of eyes. Cheon Yo Woon commands. Now then, perform the first codified fighting form again. Perform it slower this time and make sure to use the tips that I gave you. The group responds. Yes, my lord. Cadets perform. Cheon Yo Woon thinks. There's still a lot more work to be done here. They need to practice and understand this technique on their own. I'll fix their forms later. Their forms have gotten exponentially better than just a moment ago. I'm sure they're not foolish enough to repeat the same mistakes, right? If I continue to help them like this, 7 days should be more than enough. However, it took longer than expected for everyone to perfect their forms for the 7 demon sword technique. The students of sex were able to pull it off in 7 days. But students from martial artist families took much longer to perfect the complicated final technique, the 7th sword. There was also the fact that Oh Jong had to join later due to being hospitalized for 5 days. But thankfully, Oh Jong had an innate talent for martial arts, so he was able to master the technique within 5 days. 10 days later, someone admits. Oh, I lost. Another responds. So you accept your defeat? You really are a true man. It even took Gal Yin 9 days. How were you able to teach your members in 7 days? It was easy. I just had to beat it into them until they learned. Baek Gi flinches. Mastering the 7 demon sword technique wasn't the only change they had in those 10 days. There was one who volunteered to join. Student 78, Taek Guillaume Chai of the Westgate sect. Baek Gi, Manhwa, and Uman all finally managed to fill their groups. And some of their members even displayed talents to be actual group leaders. Taek Guillaume Chai speaks. Stagnant water is bound to rot. I don't want to watch our cult waste their energy on the power struggle between the 6 sects. And as a descendant of the Cheon bloodline who isn't part of the 6 sects, I have faith that you could possibly bring change. Student 52, Sojan Wu of the demonic heat sect. Then there was Sangwa's friend that she brought. Sojan Wu challenges. It's survival of the fittest here. I think we can keep it short. As long as you can prove your skills to me, you have my eternal loyalty. And in the end, all Yo-un had to do was use the dancing butterfly technique. Sojong had lost within 3 forms. Just like that, 2 early Ascendant Masters had joined Yo-un as his followers. And within those 10 days, Wang Hul and Sangwa made sure to regularly train, leading them to enter the early stages of Ascendant Master as well. Cheon Yo Woon congratulates. Congratulations to the both of you for reaching the Ascendant Master state. Wang Hul responds humbly. I still have a long way to go. Thank you, my lord. As your first sword, I will continue to train to ensure I am not a burden. His first sword? I don't mean to stir the pot here, but I feel like the title of first sword is better suited for our group leader, Baek Gi or Gyu. That's right. If we're taking their martial arts prowess into consideration, I believe those two are more fit. If he wants a title so bad, then he could become the 2nd or 3rd sword. Others protest. First sword, huh? Our group leader, Wang Hul, is just as fit for the title as the other two. You're just trying to cause a rift here. 2nd or 3rd sword. Are you kidding me right now? Moon Gyu thinks. I don't think this is something I should butt into. With the sheer amount of followers you had, my lord, I had a feeling that this would eventually come up, but I didn't think it would happen this soon. I believe you should use this opportunity to establish a strict hierarchy among all of us. Loyalty may be important, but in this cult, it's status that grants you power. She's absolutely right, a clear hierarchy is necessary to lead a large group of followers. Cheon Yo Woon worries, but it's almost time for the 3rd examination. If they end up fighting over this and getting injured, that's going to be a huge loss for us. What do I do? Cheon Yo Woon commands loudly. Quiet. I understand how you all feel here. I will be using this as an opportunity to establish a hierarchy. I will select 6 of the most skilled individuals here. They will all be of equal status and be the 6 leaders. No, they will be referred to as my 6 swords. Someone questions. Oh, wouldn't that just be history repeating itself? Another asks. My lord, is there a reason behind why you have chosen to select 6 swords? Cheon Yo Woon explains. Once we graduate from this academy, we will have to go up against the 6 sects. I need 6 swords at the front lines to be able to take them on. Someone worries. If we take down the 6 sects, and the 6 swords take their place. Cheon Yo Woon clarifies. Just because you become one of the 6 swords now does not mean that you will continue to keep that position. Each year, I will have a competition to select the 6 individuals to become my 6 swords. Even once I reach the top of this cult, this will never change. Someone realizes, if he really does continue this system after winning that minor priesthood and becoming the leader of our cult, this could be the right way to get rid of the 6 sects and the chokehold of authority they have on us. Qian Yo Woon commands. But as of now, we have the 3rd examination coming up soon. So I will make my selection of the 6 swords simpler. Anyone that is not at least in the early stages of Ascendant Master, step back. The group responds. No, my lord. Someone suggests. Then the first sword will be. Since we're picking the 6 swords, I believe that there should be a clear hierarchy among us as well. Since we're already choosing, I believe our rank should be decided by our own skills. Qian Yo Woon asks. Does anyone have anything against these 6 becoming the 6 swords? You all have a point. Then that's what we will do. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't want any of you getting injured. So ensure that you hold back your internal powers down to 3 stars. Moon Gyu speaks. Wait, I have something to say. Oh, I have yet to fully recover. So I will forfeit this match. Ho Sang-hwa agrees. Then let's have a real match next year. Someone comments. So does that mean Gyu is now the 6th sword? What a shame. I was hoping to spar against you. Baekji laughs. Alright, then, did he really have to take off his shirt? Let's get this competition started. Oh, this beefhead. Opponents threaten. We'll make sure you're out first. Come at me. Chai Taek Guillaume introduces. I am Taek Guillaume Chai of the Westgate sect. I may not be as skilled as Gyu, but I still hope we can have a great match. His opponent responds. I hope you don't regret that choice. Baekji introduces. I'm Baekji of the Pure Kick sect. I'll let you make the first move. His opponent changes mind. Never mind. You're going down first. Intense fighting ensues with multiple strikes. Found an opening. Damn it. Come on, Sojong. Get it together. I'm pretty sure that's my line here. Alright, then, come at me. Fighters exchange blows. You little brat, how dare you? You're just too big for your own good. They should start fizzling out soon. Crap, you're done for now. They've been at it for at least 30 minutes now. Did you just pop my shoulder? I can't believe I lost to that brat. How embarrassing. Ugh, you and your axe techniques. You're all brute force and no brains. Whoa, pipe down, 5th sword. My shoulder. Come on, I want to play too. Can't you see we're in a match here? Someone protests. Don't be so stingy. I want in on the action. Combat continues. If you get one good hit in, it's lights out for me. Nothing compared to your kicks. You two better not let your guard down. Otherwise, that first sword position is mine. And who said I was going to let you have that position? Your punches are pretty tough. That could have been bad for me. We should finish this up. He just won't stop with the come at me's, huh? Looks like we've got our 4th sword. It's getting on my nerves. I was so sure that I at least had my stamina over those beefheads. I had no idea those two were such beasts. They attack from the bottom up. His height and long limbs are making this a pretty difficult match for me. That first sword position is mine, Baekji. Since he's from the Demon Fist sect, he's mostly using punches. So the right choice would be to go. Looks like I lose. Baekji wins. First sword, Baekji. Second sword, Wang Hu Ko. Third sword, Sanghua Ho. Fourth sword, Taek Guillaume Chai. Fifth sword, Sojong Wu. Sixth sword, Gyu Moon. Qian Yo Woon thinks, we're slowly establishing a clear hierarchy to face the 6 sects. But we still need to continue to build. I need to become so powerful that no one in our cult would even dare to go against me. On the day of the 3rd examination around 8 a.m. at the Academy Deputy Office, Instructor Ho questions. Was this really approved, Sir Ma? The Grand Guardian responds. It was decided 2 days ago at a meeting of our leaders. Our Patriarch gave his final seal of approval yesterday. In order to prevent any leaks, with the exception of the 1st examination, each examination at the Academy is decided by the Academy Deputy and Martial Arts professors only after the students have entered. Then these examinations are reported to the higher powers through a meeting. First, they are approved by the elders of the cult. Only then does the Patriarch give his final approval. There have also been instances of requests of changing the examinations due to miscellaneous problems. However, never in the history of the cult has there been a request for a change on the day of the examination. And their reason for a request for change is that this examination is too complacent? This is ridiculous. Our Patriarch has been implementing policies that have been suppressing the 6 sects recently, yet he approved this? Something about this doesn't sit right with me. The Grand Guardian burns the message. I will do as ordered. It appears the 6 sects are trying to use this 3rd examination as a part of some scheme. But whatever that may be, this is going to end up being their downfall. At around 10 a.m. at the Great Drill Hall, someone comments. We should do well. It was a bumpy road there, but everyone's mastered the sword demon's decimating formations. I'm feeling confident, but something's strange here. We've been waiting here for over 15 minutes. Normally, it's the professors who arrive first and are waiting for us. I don't see them anywhere. Oh, there they are. Instructors command the prisoners. Walk in a straight line. Wrong way. Students wonder, what's going on? Have you been training hard for the third examination these past 20 days? Before we begin the test, we must notify you of a last-minute change. Students react nervously. A last-minute change? I've got a bad feeling about this. Wait, who are those people that the professors brought with them? Are they prisoners? For the demonic way. What's going on here? Students notice real swords. The instructor explains. Originally, you were slated to defeat the professors with the sword demon's decimating formations. And this new change won't alter the examination much. You will still have to defeat an opponent with the formations. Do you see these people before you? They are prisoners who are of the martial arts alliance of the righteous faction and evil faction. To pass this examination, defeating them in battle will not be enough. You will have to kill them to pass. If they defeat you, they will be granted amnesty and be freed. They will not hold back while fighting you. Showing them unnecessary sympathy will lead you to your graves. Gook isn't the only one shaken up here. Everyone else is too. I can't say I blame them, considering what should have been just a matter of pass or fail has become life or death. The instructor announces, we will begin with Student 700, Chok-sama's group. Student 700, Chok-sama of the high-ranking warrior dance sect. Stay put. We will release your pressure points now. Begin. Chok-sama and his team fight. The prisoner reacts in shock. What's going on? I only volunteered because I was told that I'd be freed if I could defeat a sword formation. But they're nothing but mere children. Chok-sama commands. Commence third formation. Each member is perfectly mirroring the form of the member opposite of them. They really have mastered the technique. These kids are serious. The manual could have easily been misinterpreted, leading students to think you just have to all attack with the same form. Found an opening. Now's our chance. Oh, no. My entire body has been frozen for so long that I can't perform my fighting forms. Chok-sama commands. Commence second formation. The prisoner panics. No. Crap. The fight intensifies. He stopped. I just killed a man. What is this? This cheering doesn't make me feel any better about killing someone. The instructor announces, congratulations. You 7 have officially passed the third examination. Group leader, Students 700 and Students 93, 147, 217, 803, 912, and 983. Students react confused. What's going on? Damn it. 7? Is it because we bumped into each other during the formation? Is this what they meant by the third examination being up to us students? Even though we take the examination as a group, we can have different individual results. Next was Mujium Qian's group. Their opponent was a skilled martial artist of the evil faction, and he took the first strike before they could even perform their first formation. The group followed up with the fifth formation as a defense maneuver, but the man altered his form and was able to cut off one of the students' arms. The martial artist from the evil faction took completely advantage of the students who hesitated out of their fear of death, which led him to be able to disrupt their sword formations. But Mujium waited for him to put his guard down, and was able to stop him with his fists of stealth technique. As a result, only 6 students, including Mujium Qian, passed the examination. And in the end, there were 5 students who continued on to perform the first formation, leading the martial artist to his fate. Through this, he lost half of his followers, including Student 80, Ya Hyeon, one of his most trustworthy men. The third group was up against a skilled martial artist of the righteous faction. But with their opponent fighting with all of his strength, many of the members ended up injured. In the end, only 3 members of that group were able to pass. After that, 5 more groups had their turn and fought for their lives to pass this examination. But the only group to have all of their members pass was the group led by Muyan Qian of the Shadow Sect. So it must be him that they're after here. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened yet. I suppose they couldn't wait for a whole 4 years. 2 candidates for the minor priesthood had their arms chopped off, and one of them had their entire lower abdomen destroyed. I'm sure they would kill him right now if they could. But with our patriarch having a tight grip on them at the moment, there's no way they could just break the rules of the academy. Which is why they tried to be sneaky and use a change in the examination format as an excuse. But I'm not sure things will go the way they expect. The instructor calls. Next up is Student 7, Yoan Qian's group. Students panic. Crap, we're done for. They haven't even released his pressure points. Yet I can already feel his hostility. There's no way he's of the righteous faction. Be careful. Qian Yo Woon observes. How strange. Unlike the other prisoners, This one's looking around, as if he's searching for someone. Why is that? Now Professor Ho is even warning me through distant whispering? I already had my doubts about the sudden change in examination format. But it looks like something strange is going on here. The instructor commands. Begin. Students charge. For the demonic way. Qian Yo Woon analyzes. He's taken an initial first form, but hasn't moved at all. Why is that? Is he trying to say he's confident he can beat us? Qian Yo Woon commands. Commence fourth formation. The prisoner searches. Found you. Intense fighting erupts. Whoa! He's so strong. Charge! Someone cries. Wait! That one hit was able to break their swords? There's no way that this man is a mere ascendant master. Instructor Ho recognizes danger. Something's not right here. Stop the match. If this man is a transcendent master, this is going to be dangerous for them. Yoan Qian's group, stand back. Prior to the examination, we confirmed he only had the internal powers of an ascendant master. Was he hiding his true powers? Instructor Ho struggles. Even I'm in the beginning stages of transcendent master. Yet I can't stop his power? Is that the demonic blood reversal art? The prisoner thinks. Wait a minute. I was told by them that he was nothing but a little brat who just entered the ascendant master stage. So was this their plan all along? But he doesn't look scared at all. If anything, he's looking me straight in the eyes. Who the hell is this kid? The prisoner attacks. You arrogant, little brat. I'll rip you to shreds and show you true pain. Followers cry. My lord. Qian Yo Woon counters. Pipe down. Demonic Lord's sword art, first form. Observers react. This is sick. He's a monster. The prisoner struggles. Damn it. He's a lot sturdier than I thought. My sword wasn't able to stab him all the way through. I knew it. You're really dead now. I'll kill you. The prisoner roars. Nano warns. A loud roaring noise emitting powerful waves of high and low frequencies has been detected. Initiating emergency defense mode. Blocking off sound waves from penetrating the body and eardrums. The prisoner thinks. You're still standing after my beastly roar? Now I'm certain that I must kill you here. Qian Yo Woon responds. We can discuss that if you're still alive after this. The prisoner attacks. Die. Qian Yo Woon's master intervenes. Don't you dare lay your filthy hands on my pupil. The prisoner grunts. Damn you. Sir Siop Mang. Sir Siop Mang. Watch out. Qian Yo Woon's master responds. I was ordered to bring you alive, not healthy. Qian Yo Woon observes. He slashed all of the tendons in his body in a flash. So this is what the dancing butterfly technique looks like when used by a Genesis master. He was at least twice as strong as the avatar Nano created in augmented reality mode. The prisoner tries desperately. Damn it. I have to use my last resort. I can't move my body. Qian Yo Woon's master stops him. So you think you're going to get away with reversing your internal powers and self-destruct? I never gave you permission to die yet. Another master arrives. What did you just say? You only took down one man, and you think you're some hero here? I don't want to hear it from you, drunkard. Observers comment. He took down 7 men in a flash. When did he even do that? So this is the power of a Genesis master. PFFT, whatever. So sick of his condescending tone. No wonder he has no friends. Many figures appear. No way. Where did all of these people come from? How long have they been hiding? I had no idea they were even around. You fool. You seriously don't know? Who are they though? Those people are our Patriarch's Royal Bodyguard Division. They're comprised of only Ascendant Masters. Tie up and take away all prisoners who use the demonic blood reversal art. Qian Yo Woon's master approaches. Hey, it's been a while, my pupil. Oh, he observes. I see you've improved a lot since the last time I saw you. Qian Yo Woon bows. Greetings, Sir Siop Mang. His master responds. But, come on, kid. You should have at least used the dancing butterfly technique that I taught you. By the way, where'd you learn that sword technique? Keep quiet about that sword technique. We can't let people find out about this. Also, the third examination isn't done yet. Get out. There are a lot of people watching here, so I guess it's time to say goodbye for now. I'm looking forward to seeing you pass. Good luck. Qian Yo Woon responds. Thank you, Sir Siop Mang. I guess I really won't be able to see you again until 4 years from now. I promise I'll have won the minor priesthood, Sir Siop Mang. The left guardian observes. Judging by how he used Yo-un as bait for this trap, I assumed he didn't consider him a son, but rather just a pawn in a bigger scheme. What on earth is our patriarch planning here? Since I was hiding, I wasn't able to get a good look. But that technique looked awfully familiar to our patriarch's demonic lord's sword art. Considering that red-haired jerk knows about it too, does that mean this really was all set up by our patriarch? I guess I'll find out in due time. If he really does have other hidden intentions for Yo-un, I'm sure that'll bring a whole new revolution to our demonic cult. Now then, I've got some other business to take care of. Let's go. We're headed to the manor of the sword sect. His subordinates respond. Yes, sir. Qian Yo-woon reflects. Coming after me in a public place? They're getting bold. Are you alright, Michiel? Yeah. Thanks to Professor Ho catching me, I didn't suffer any major injuries. Qian Yo-woon thinks. They intentionally caused a scene in front of the left-hand royal bodyguard, our patriarch's right-hand man. And the fact that Sir Siop Mang was waiting nearby means he had predicted something would happen. Am I really nothing more than another pawn in some grand scheme of his? Even during her last moments on this earth, Mother never once doubted your love for her. Maybe you never loved my mother to begin with. Despite this, you just sat by and watched as she rotted away from poisoning by microtoxins. Qian Yo-woon vows. If you really are merely using my mother and I as pawns in your scheme to suppress the 6 main sects, I promise you'll come to regret it. So Yu Hang, the head of the musician sect, 5th elder of the demonic warrior cult, and very individual who caused many casualties during the first examination out of personal spite, has been put under house arrest for a year. Oh Beck, the head of the poison sect, was arrested for 2 years for entering the academy without permission and poisoning Yo-un. And then, there is the matter of the great warrior sword sect. They are one of the 2 shadow sword sects that are secret branches of the sword sect, as well as the sect responsible for managing the prisoners of the demonic cult. Although they were found to be linked to the forbidden demonic blood reversal art, which will definitely lead them to be stripped of their standing. This was a result of them using a child of their own sect. They got caught way too easily. I understand that the sects are afraid of Yo-un growing in power and emerging victorious for the minor priesthood. But this entire commotion feels like a stretch, even for them. I can't shake this ominous feeling. It's almost like the incident of Lady Hua being poisoned. The instructor announces, Yo-un Qian's group perfectly executed the sword demon's decimating formations. Congratulations, you have all passed. We may have had some trouble just now, but the examination must continue. From this point on, the remaining students will be up against the professors, and not prisoners. Students charge. For the demonic way. Someone comments. Oh, looks like we were the last of the unlucky groups today. Hyo Bong thinks. I guess it's a good thing, though, considering 4 of the 7 remaining groups are still our Lord's followers. But contrary to Hyo Bong's guess, the remaining 7 groups were judged far more harshly. Out of 206 students, a total of 120 passed the 3rd examination. All of the professors knew the 7 demon sword technique and the sword demon's decimating formations inside and out. They didn't go easy on them at all. Yo-un chose his followers solely based on their loyalty, so among his 72 followers, 38 failed due to their lack of martial arts skill. The director announces, congratulations to all of the students who passed the 3rd examination. You are now officially high warriors of our demonic cult. Not only that, you now have permission to use your personal special weapon that you submitted when first entering the academy. Students celebrate. For the demonic way. Whoa! It's the official medal of a high warrior. It's been so long. My sword. My adorable, little baby. It's been too long. Mommy missed you so much. Yes, she did. That isn't exactly what I'd call a baby. Students who do not have a weapon, come here to receive one. Qian Yo-woon thinks. A special weapon, huh? Sir Siop Mang said that to bring out the true powers of the dancing butterfly technique, he needs to use the Mad Blade, the special weapon of his sect. I wonder if there's a weapon that's perfect for the demonic lord's sword art. The director speaks. I pegged you all as a bunch of inexperienced, little brats when you first got here. But it looks like you've proved you just might be worth training. Now then, I'll be making an announcement regarding the next examination. Starting from the 4th examination, there will no longer be any time constraints. You will be allowed to take the examination whenever you please. That is, within your 4 years of the academy, of course. Students react. Within 4 years? Does that mean the 4th examination could take up to 4 years to pass? It must be real difficult. The director explains. The 4th examination is the most simple test here at the academy. You are allowed to use any weapon or martial arts technique you please. There are no rules or restrictions. As long as you can take down the professors standing before you, you pass. Students panic. What the hell? Some of the group leaders couldn't even beat the professors in the examination just now. And the professors only used the 7 demon sword technique. The bar is set so high now. Our group leader got a yellow badge for merely disrupting a professor's form. The director silences them. Enough grumbling, that's why we're given 4 years. Do they think anyone and their mom can become an ascendant master here? Having to defeat the professors on your own? That can only mean one thing. At the very least, we must reach the stage of ascendant master. If you haven't been awakened to your own energy, there's no way you could become an ascendant master. It looks like this 4th examination is really where they'll be trimming the fat. Remember that, the director concludes. I already warned you all about this when you first entered the academy, but failing an examination, even once, is grounds for expulsion. And that's all for my announcement regarding the 4th examination. I wish you all the best of luck. Dismissed. Qian Yo Woon apologizes. I'm sorry I couldn't look out for you guys in the end. His followers respond. Not at all, my lord. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even been able to take that examination. We will be waiting for you, even after we leave these academy walls. We are rooting for you to emerge victorious in the grand tournament for the minor priesthood. We were all just starting to get close too. What a shame. Instructor Seng calls. Student 7. Someone whispers. Isn't that the professor who got his ribs broken by our lord? I'm pretty sure he was hospitalized for 22 days after that. The instructor commands. Follow me to the main annex. Qian Yo Woon asks. Is something the matter, professor? The instructor responds. You think a little student like you has the authority to ask a professor questions? Qian Yo Woon tells his followers. The rest of you go ahead to the dorms. His followers respond. My lord. Qian Yo Woon wonders. Maybe the academy deputy is summoning me because of what happened earlier. They arrive at a secluded area. This area shouldn't be open to us yet. The instructor declares. So it wasn't the academy deputy who wanted to see me. When did I ever say that he did? You listen here. I challenge you to the 4th examination. Right here, right now. The instructor taunts. Hey, you arrogant, little brat. All because of you, I completely lost my dignity and was bedridden for 20 days. I challenge you to the 4th examination. Right here, right now. I've been waiting for the very moment you passed that 3rd examination. How dare you humiliate me in front of everyone like that? You're nothing but a brat in the early stages of Ascendant Master. If I was allowed to use my special technique, I would have been able to end your life in a matter of a few moves. For now, I'll just beat you until you're mute. Then claim that you were the one who challenged me. They clash. Qian Yo Woon responds. Perfect. You're the one who said it. What? This is officially me taking the 4th examination, right? The instructor struggles. How? I'm using a 10-star force to push my saber against him. Yet he hasn't even flinched. If anything, I'm the one shaking unstably here. He was merely in the early stages of Ascendant Master then. How has he gained so much more internal power over the course of 20 days? The instructor admits. Looks like you've improved your skills. Qian Yo Woon responds. Yeah, whatever. The instructor attacks. But I'm not going easy on you anymore. You arrogant, little brat. Marvelous agile saber technique. Agile saber slash. Qian Yo Woon counters. He's fast. But. Twirling butterfly. Dancing butterfly technique. The instructor reacts. Wait a minute. Did he just block my attack? It even had saber energy infused into it. He has saber energy as well? That means he's also mastered the Ascendant Master stage, just like me. Any old attack isn't going to work on him. They fight intensely. 6th codified fighting form, flight of the butterfly. Dancing butterfly technique. The instructor surrenders. I lose. Enough. Both pant. Yes. You've already won. Let's stop this. Qian Yo Woon asks. Did I pass the 4th examination? The instructor lies. PFFT, you really think I'm going to let you pass just like this? You've got another thing coming. Qian Yo Woon agrees. Alright, professor. The instructor thinks. The moment you put your guard down and put that saber away, I'm going to use this 10-star energy I've secretly gathered to rip your head into pieces. Got you. Qian Yo Woon counters swiftly. Nano reports. The energy gathering from the enemy's hands has disappeared. Danger levels are now low. Qian Yo Woon points out. If you were going to lie, the least you could have done is hide that energy gathering in your fists. The instructor panics. Crap. My powers alone aren't enough to deal with this kid. I'm sorry. I promise I'm not lying this time. I accept defeat. Right. I'll tell the academy deputy that you pass. Qian Yo Woon finishes it. Shut up. An hour later, the director observes. He dug his own grave here. I don't think I need to hear Manhwa's side of the story here. I can't believe he tried to get revenge on a mere student. That isn't right. The premise of the 4th examination was to beat the professors anyway. I get that Manhwa attacked him with evil intentions. But if Yo-un went all out and really beat him up, the professors might have looked at him in a bad light. But all he did was break his ribs to ensure that his true power wouldn't be noticed. Anyway, he did a good job holding back his powers. He's become quite adept at assessing the situation in the moment. He's thinking more now. The director concludes. Whatever the case may be, he has passed, sir. Right. I was thinking this was just a matter of time anyway. Professors, take Manhwa to the infirmary. Instructors respond. Yes, sir. Is that? The director hands Qian Yo Woon something. Here you go. Congratulations on setting the record for quickest time it took to pass the 4th examination. In just 2 months, you've built your reputation and are at the same level as your professors. Congratulations on passing the 4th examination, Captain Qian. Captain Yo-un Qian, here is your demonic dragon marble as a prize. You also receive 2 more benefits from passing the 4th examination. First, you will be given your own personal dorm. Qian Yo-woon reacts. Really, Professor? Perfect. The instructor continues. And as for the second, for passing the 4th examination, the Academy forges a weapon of your choosing. Just head to the forge at the north of the Academy at about 10 a.m. Qian Yo-woon responds. Oh, thank you, Professor. The instructor observes. Wow, you must have really wanted your own room, huh? It appears this is the perk that you needed most, huh? Haha, Qian Yo-woon thinks. I was getting uncomfortable rooming with Gyu, and I needed my own special weapon. It's killing with 1 stone. The instructor explains. Now then, I'll be explaining the rules of the 5th examination to you. The 5th examination is to make it through the sealed demonic chamber. And to take this examination, you must have completely mastered the stage of Transcendent Master. Seriously? He was itching to get out of the infirmary. And now he's already back? Qian Yo-woon thinks. Completely mastering the stage of Transcendent Master would make you at least among the top 100 martial artists of the demonic cult. I have 3 steps up to go. What kind of place is this sealed demonic chamber that it requires you to be an ultimate ascendant master? It looks like it might take me some time before I'm ready for this examination. The instructor continues. Across all of the cohorts that have entered this academy, there have only been a small handful of times where more than 10 students passed the 5th examination. A word of advice, don't try to rush yourself for this. The more impatient you are with your awakenings throughout your steps of mastery, the harder they will be to achieve. I wish you the best of luck. Qian Yo-woon responds. I promise I won't disappoint you. Thank you. At the manual library, Qian Yo-woon thinks. Now I can finally get a look at the sapphire stones on the 3rd and 4th floors. The librarian questions. Where's your name badge? Qian Yo-woon responds. I just passed the 4th examination. The librarian reacts. He must be lying. What? But it's only been an hour since the 3rd examination finished. No way. So he really did pass the 4th examination already. But look at his medal. It's the same silver one that the professors have. Wow, he really is something else. Even in the previous cohort, the one who passed that 4th examination the quickest still took 5 months after entering. Yet he managed to pass it within 2 months. The librarian apologizes. My apologies for the confusion, Captain Qian. Then may I browse the 3rd floor? Of course. 4 hours. Huh? That's twice the amount of time we were given to browse the 2nd floor. On the 3rd floor of the manual library, Qian Yo-woon observes. Looks like they're all busy trying to memorize what's in those manuals. I guess I'll leave them be. There it is. This one's way more complex than the ones on the 1st and 2nd floor. Nano, record the sword marks on the stone and save them for later. I should take time later to analyze in it more detail. Nano responds. Will do. Scan complete. Scan complete. Qian Yo-woon scans manuals. Not this guy again. Oh, not again. Let me get out of here. Nano reports. A total of 179 first-rate martial arts manuals from the 3rd floor have been scanned. On the 4th floor of the manual library, Qian Yo-woon wonders. Huh? What's this? Why are the stones on these floors so badly damaged? That corner of the stone was cut off real clean. It must have been done by using a sword fighting form. The strength used to make these sword marks are double the strength used for the previous sapphire stones. The sword marks are far deeper and rougher. Now I need to know more. I would check it out through the augmented reality video right this instant. But it's okay. I still have time to do it in the personal training rooms. Nano, just scan them for now. Nano responds. Will do. Qian Yo-woon examines manuals. The higher I go up in this library, each floor gets smaller with less manuals. But since these manuals are about extremely high-level martial arts, I suppose it makes sense that there are less manuals. What? There's the flowing cloud sword technique of the Deonking sect, the great pure energy art of the Kunlun sect, the plum blossom sword technique of the Manhwa sect, and even the 5 fists of lunacy technique from the sheer lunacy sect. Half of the manuals here are ascendant master-level martial arts that derive from elite sects in our cult. I'm sure these will be useful to learn for when I end up fighting martial artists from those factions. And the other half are ascendant master-level martial arts that come from the righteous and evil factions. Since I've got a whole 6 hours, I'll start with the manuals of martial art techniques that come from our cult. Nano reports. A total of 245 manuals have been scanned. 112 manuals of arts that derive from the demonic warrior cult, 83 manuals of arts that derive from the righteous faction, and 50 manuals of arts that derive from the evil faction. Qian Yo-woon concludes. Phew, that was a lot of scanning to get through. But I got all of the information that I needed. Now that I think about it, There's no reason that I have to gatekeep all of these ascendant master level techniques to myself, right? I should have my followers from smaller sects learn these. The librarian speaks. It's gotten quite late, Captain Qian. It's already midnight. Go on now. Qian Yo Woon reacts. Oh, shoot! I hadn't noticed the time. My apologies. I guess I'll have to go to the personal training rooms tomorrow. Back at the dorms, followers celebrate. Congratulations on passing the 4th examination. Congratulations, my lord. You were on the 4th floor, my lord? That's amazing. It's only been a day and he already passed the 4th examination. Young Lord Yo An Qian really might be the one who's going to take that minor priesthood. I guess this is going to be our last night together in these dorms. Hyo Bong panics. Wait, what? What do you mean, my lord? Qian Yo Woon explains. Once you pass the 4th examination, you're provided with your own personal dorm room. I'll be staying there starting from tomorrow. Hyo Bong pleads. Please don't leave me, my lord. Someone reassures. Calm down, Hyo Bong. Our lord isn't completely abandoning us. Another comments. Ooh, passing the 4th examination means getting your own dorm room? The next day at 9 a.m. at the northern forge of the academy, the blacksmith greets. Pleased to meet Yo. Huh? You must be Captain Qian, the very student who set the record for quickest passing of the 4th examination. Qian Yo Woon notices. No eyebrows. No hair. He has no hair on his arms and hands either. Maybe it all got burned off because he's working in front of fire all the time. Oops, was I staring for too long? The blacksmith introduces himself. I am Son Ung OU, descendant of Yeji OU. Pleased to meet you. It's just what comes with the job, I suppose. Ha ha ha. Qian Yo Woon thinks. Yeji OU? I've read about him in the records of the Grand Historian. He was a legendary master of sword-making in the spring and autumn period. At least half of the swords that he created during his lifetime are revered as top-grade swords. He was the creator of many of the swords that all martial artists dream of owning, such as the Great Destroyer, Bravery, Purity, Fish Intestines, Dragon Gulf, Great Riverbank, and Artisanal Display. The blacksmith responds. Ha ha ha, don't look at me like that. He's had many other descendants. And my skills aren't as refined as my ancestors. Qian Yo Woon compliments. But you still have the blood of an excellent craftsman running through your veins. The blacksmith appreciates. You sure you know how to talk to someone, Captain Qian? I'll make sure to do my best when forging your weapon. And from what I can see, you use both a sword and saber. Qian Yo Woon confirms. Yes, that's right. Would it be possible for you to forge both kinds of weapons? The blacksmith explains. I'm sorry, but I can only forge one weapon for you. So which one would you like? Qian Yo Woon struggles to decide. Which one should I pick? I just can't decide. I never realized this until after I used the demonic lord's sword art against the prisoner who used that demonic blood reversal art. But there were a lot of small scratches on my sword after the fact. If I had used the second form after that, this sword would have completely fallen apart. I'll go with a sword. The blacksmith agrees. Ah, good choice. And if I'm being honest, my expertise lies in making swords rather than sabers. Could I see your sword techniques before starting the process? It's so that I can forge a sword that fits you the best. I need to see your sword techniques if I'm going to decide on the size, hardness, and shape of the sword. Qian Yo Woon demonstrates his technique. The blacksmith observes. Ah, he's got quite the fighting spirit. All done. Is that enough? The blacksmith examines. What's the matter? I don't think it's going to be possible for me to forge your sword. Qian Yo Woon reacts in shock. Not possible? What do you mean? How come? The blacksmith requests. Could I see that sword for a second? The blacksmith smashes the sword. It wasn't just the part that was hit with the hammer that broke. The entire sword shattered into pieces. Qian Yo Woon thinks. I didn't perform that technique on an actual person, so I thought the sword would be just fine. Qian Yo Woon asks. Then couldn't you just make the sword more sturdy? The blacksmith explains. No ordinary sword can handle your sword techniques. I would if this were a problem that was as simple as using a better technique. But in order for the sword to withstand your sword techniques, it's going to need to be made with frosteron. Frosteron is a metal that is imbued with the cold energy of the North Sea. And its hardness is far more sturdy than average iron. However, it is an incredibly rare metal. And because of this, our cult only provides it to individuals who are at least of the warden rank. Qian Yo Woon thinks. I knew the demonic lord's sword art was strong, but I didn't think it was this powerful. The blacksmith apologizes. Witnessing your sword techniques has lit a fuel for my passion as a craftsman, but I cannot help you. I see. My apologies. Qian Yo Woon decides. I suppose it can't be helped. I'm just going to have to pass that 5th examination and get that warden rank. The blacksmith offers. Well, the next best thing I can forge for you is a saber. Let's see your saber techniques. Qian Yo Woon demonstrates. Okay. Qian Yo Woon reflects. Thankfully, after watching my dancing butterfly technique, he was sure that he could forge a saber that was suitable for me. And he told me to return in 2 weeks to pick it up. At the adamantine stone training rooms, Qian Yo Woon observes. It appears many other students have reached the level of Ascendant Master. I'm sensing more people in here than usual, but I can't lose to them. That just means I need to reach the level of Transcendent Master. Do I need to take these one at a time? Or could I just take them both at once? Whatever, I don't have time to think about this. Qian Yo Woon swallows both marbles. Nano, I'm going to adjust my chi using the Demonic Lord's sword art. So help me absorb the energy of the demonic dragon marbles. Nano warns. There has been a consumption of a large amount of substance that is helping the energy flow within the body. It is reacting with the energy flowing through the pressure points of the 14 meridians and amplifying it at an incredibly quick rate. If energy dispersion is minimized and your metabolism is accelerated, pressure points could be excessively expanded. Qian Yo Woon realizes. Cut the fancy talk. So you're basically saying it's going to hurt really bad. Yu Beck, the founder of the poison sect, famously known as the Lord of a Million Poisons. He may have been a master of poison, but he was equally knowledgeable about medicine. It took him much trial and error to create what we know as demonic dragon marbles today. Thanks to his efforts, demonic dragon marbles are now the perfect size for consumption and are the most safe and stable way to absorb energy without overexerting the pressure points. Qian Yo Woon suffers intense pain. Nano reports. Your great vertebra has ruptured, splitting cells to quickly regenerate the injured area. Your body pillar, spirit platform, reaching yang, middle of the spine, and suspended pivot have expanded and ruptured. Commencing regeneration. Qian Yo Woon endures. If I didn't have Nano to help me, all of my blood vessels would have been torn to pieces, leaving me a bloody, rotting corpse. Maybe I shouldn't have used the breathing technique of the Demonic Lord's sword art. I should have used the dancing springs technique instead. If I lose my focus for even a split second, I could faint right away. I need to endure the pain. Because Yo-un swallowed 2 demonic dragon marbles at once, the energy flowing through his meridian channels was bound to go wild. 4 hours later, Qian Yo Woon pants. I could have died there. I'm never taking more than the suggested amount ever again. I wonder how much my internal powers have grown. If my calculations are right, I should have gained 40 years worth of internal powers with Nano's help. Huh? Wait, how is this possible? I've gained at least 60 years worth of internal powers. The flow of my internal powers has become far smoother as well. And that's not all. Maybe the repetitive rupturing and regeneration of my pressure points caused them to become more sturdy and resilient. With this amount of power, I can use double the strength when using my techniques. Whoa! My sword energy is even longer and thicker now. This might even be stronger than Professor Ho's sword energy. I still haven't been able to reach any awakenings and make it to the level of Transcendent Master. But I now at least have the foundation to do so with all of this internal power. Now it's time to learn the second half of the Demonic Lord's sword art. Qian Yo Woon commands. Nano, extract the internal power and chi circulation technique from the forms on the 3rd floor's sapphire stone. Then transfer the Demonic Lord's sword art and counter technique to me as well. Nano responds. Will do, transferring both techniques to the user's brain. Qian Yo Woon asks. Nano, how many times did it take for the counter technique to stop the Demonic Lord's sword art? Nano reports. The counter technique was able to disrupt the Demonic Lord's sword art in its 3rd codified fighting form on its 93rd try. Qian Yo Woon reacts. 93rd try? No wonder there were so many more sword marks on this stone. This means that the 3rd codified fighting form of the Demonic Lord's sword art is far stronger than the previous 2. Then Nano, could you transfer the 3rd codified fighting form to my body? Nano warns. You have currently reached your limit. Further use of transferring information to the muscles and tendons is not recommended, as if it could stunt the user's growth. Qian Yo Woon asks. But you can still do it, right? Nano explains. If you are satisfied with your current height, it is possible. Doing so now will put a strain on your body. But you will be able to perform the form once. Qian Yo Woon decides. Is that so? Since the second form was way stronger than the first form, I'm curious. I need to try it out. Qian Yo Woon executes the technique with great strain. Nano reports. Due to overexertion, all of the muscles in the body have ruptured. Commencing emergency regeneration. Qian Yo Woon reflects. This really is hard to perform without it being transferred into my muscles. No wonder this took 93 tries. I was able to leave marks on the floor solely through a haphazard demonstration of the form with my sword energy. Then how powerful is the 3rd form of this counter technique if it's able to disrupt a technique like this? I'm going to need to try it out once my muscles have recovered. Qian Yo Woon practices the counter technique. This technique really is incredible. There was no strain on my body, but the combination of sword forms has become incredibly complicated. Using a combination of ordinary sword forms to completely disrupt the third form of the demonic lord's sword art. I don't think the average swordsman could ever manage to master this technique. If it took this much effort to disrupt the third codified fighting form, what is the fourth one going to be like? Qian Yo Woon commands. Nano, transfer the codified fighting forms from the sapphire stone on the fourth floor. Nano responds, will do. Qian Yo Woon examines. Something's not right here. I can't see what the end goal is here. Nano, create an augmented video of the two codified fighting forms going against each other. Nano responds, recreating augmented reality video. Commencing augmented reality video of both codified fighting forms in battle against one another. Fourth codified fighting form. Demonic Lord's Sword Art. Ultimate Counter Technique. Fourth codified fighting form. Qian Yo Woon watches in shock. How could this be? The counter technique wasn't able to disrupt the Demonic Lord's Sword Art. Qian Yo Woon analyzes. Nano, how many sword marks were there on the stones made by the counter technique? It ends up a tie no matter how many times I have them go at it. Nano reports. There were marks of approximately 130 attempts. And in the final attempt, the corner of the stone was cut off through the 24th form. Qian Yo Woon realizes. Oh, the last form of the Demonic Lord's Sword Art disrupts the counter technique from reaching its full potential through a spin. If you want to cut through sapphire, it's not enough to just imbue your energy into an attack. You really need to focus a high amount into one concentrated point. I'm sure the final form of the Demonic Lord's Sword Art was able to block the counter technique because it requires that much energy to perform. Maybe this corner of the sapphire stone was cut off out of anger and frustration of not being able to counter the sword art with ordinary techniques. And he was enraged because he couldn't achieve victory the way he wanted to. He challenged a man with absolute authority in the past through these sword marks. That dedication in itself is amazing. There's a chance that I still don't fully understand these sword techniques. Phew, it's clear that there's a limit to the awakenings I can achieve through just strengthening my body and transferring information to my brain. At the end of the day, I have no choice but to improve my understanding of martial arts. I guess I have no choice but to do that. At the academy cafeteria, everyone is merry. It's so nice getting to eat together. Everyone is so merry. This was a great idea on their part. My lord, I think it would be best that we at least all have dinner together. Qian Yo Woon asks. How come? The follower explains. I imagine everyone's too busy with their own personal training. That's right, my lord. Personal training may be important. But as your followers, we should build a sense of camaraderie first. We all need to grow together. And to do that, Qian Yo Woon reflects. I can't just become strong on my own. At the academy supply room, the clerk speaks. As someone of the captain rank, you can use whatever supplies you need. Qian Yo Woon requests. Martial arts manuals. The clerk questions. But what are you planning on writing that you need this much paper and writing utensils? That should be enough to write up at least 60 volumes. Qian Yo Woon responds. This won't be enough. I will probably be back for more. The clerk thinks shocked. You're telling me he memorized that much? 2 weeks later, followers gather. Our lord said he had an important announcement. Do you know what it is? The young lord has been acting strange recently. You even have some on your face. What is all of this? My lord. What's all of this? Qian Yo Woon arrives. Is everyone here? Followers respond. Yes, my lord. Qian Yo Woon wipes ink. I have just been writing some stuff. The reason I've gathered you all here today is to discuss what will be coming in the future. Qian Yo Woon announces. Starting tomorrow, I will be going into isolation training. Followers react. What? This is all so sudden. Someone asks. My lord, have you decided how long you will be training in isolation? Qian Yo Woon responds. If I'm being honest, I haven't decided on exactly how long I will be doing so. It could be 1 year, maybe even 2 years. But I will not be coming out until I'm satisfied with the results. Followers support him. I see. Then I hope you will achieve what you wish for, my lord. I hope you achieve what you wish for, my lord. Judging by the look in his eyes, he's already firm in his decision. This isn't just something that Yo-un needs to do. It's likely that we'll have to enter isolation training once we pass the 4th examination as well. Qian Yo Woon declares. But before that, I have 2 orders for all of you. First, everyone must pass the 4th examination before I come out of solitary training. Followers respond. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Someone comments. It's only natural for the 6 swords to be confident. But you're just making the members from ordinary martial artist families feel dejected. It's definitely a good goal for all of us to work towards, but it's going to be a challenge for these guys. Qian Yo Woon continues. And this is my second order. You must master all of the manuals that I am going to give you. Followers react shocked. What? Manuals? All of us? So this is why he was covered in ink. He should have asked for help. It must have been hard to write all of these by hand. Wait, is the young lord sharing all of the knowledge he learned on the 4th floor with us? There's no doubt that he's written these manuals about ascendant master-level martial arts for his followers that are still of a lower skill level. Qian Yo Woon calls names. Come forward once I call your name. First, Hyobong. Hyobong responds. Yes, my lord. Followers discuss excitedly. What did the young lord give you? Oh, what? What? The illusion sword technique. The falling sword technique. The iron cutting kick? The illusion sword technique? Isn't that the technique of a high-ranking sect? As in the falling sword technique from the righteous faction's Manhwa sect? And the iron cutting kick technique from the evil faction's iron cutting sect? They're both ascendant master-level techniques. Hyobong vows tearfully. Your generosity is vast as the ocean, my lord. I will do everything in my power to become strong and repay you for your grace. I vow to fulfill both of your orders. I need to dedicate my life to serving him. Wow, he's even thinking about us students from the smaller sects. Up until this point, his followers didn't know that the other 99 handwritten manuals were all of different martial arts techniques. Hyobong, Gukjin, Machiel, Dungqian, and Hari all received completely different manuals. They were all ascendant master-level techniques, so of course they were all confused. This was especially the case as some of them had seen Yo-un when he browsed the 2nd and 3rd floors. The young lord was infamous for being the nuisance of the manual library. My lord, are you saying you memorized all of those manuals? Qian Yo Woon responds. Oh, well yeah, I guess so. Followers react. That's amazing. I'm truly amazed, my lord. But does this mean he wasn't just carelessly flipping through those manuals? How could anyone have memorized all of those manuals? I'm at a loss for words here. The reason why there's a time limit to the manual library is most likely to prevent one person from learning too many martial arts techniques. The martial arts techniques that the young lord has given those 5 are all from the 6 main sects. If we are able to learn the techniques of all of those sects, we can also analyze them. I thought I had known about the young lord, but it turns out I was completely wrong. He's thinking about a far bigger picture than any of us could have imagined. Our lord is truly on another level. Well, we've got living proof that it's possible right here. Qian Yo Woon continues distributing. Alright. Just take your books already. Next up, Hanxian Ji, Yunbei Kim. Followers respond. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. They express gratitude. Thank you, my lord. We will work hard to master these techniques. We won't disappoint you. We will dedicate our lives to meet your expectations. There is one problem though. Some of us have our own breathing techniques that we've been learning. But the guys from the lesser sects or smaller martial artist families, like Gook Jin, are going to need breathing techniques more than anything else. Qian Yo Woon responds. Oh, I have that one too. Hey, followers react. My lord, is this a breathing technique? The universal origin art? What sect is this technique from? I've never heard of it before. My lord, we also have the universal origin art. It moves your energy through pressure points I hadn't even thought of before. Yet it seems like it's going to be incredibly effective. I hate to admit it, but this is far superior to the breathing technique of the demonic dragon palm sect. Wait, how does a breathing technique like this exist? Someone almost asks, where did you find a breathing technique like T? Another interrupts. Looks like I was worried about nothing. The universal origin art? A follower apologizes. My apologies, my lord. I didn't mean to overstep any boundaries. Qian Yo Woon explains. It's a secret breathing technique that was hidden on the 4th floor of the library. Qian Yo Woon thinks. They don't need to know everything. 2 days ago, Qian Yo Woon thinks. I'm almost done copying down these manuals. But I wonder which breathing techniques I should give them to foster their internal powers. Nano, have you had any breakthroughs while analyzing the concept of internal powers? Nano reports. The analysis of energy created through breathing is still in progress. Really? The analysis has been taking some time, due to the fact that this sort of energy has not been substantiated through future technology. However, I am able to categorize which breathing techniques are able to effectively amplify the energy within one's lower abdomen. The breathing technique of the demonic lord's sword art appears to possess the greatest effect. Qian Yo Woon responds. I see. Then could you pick one out then? Okay, maybe not that one. Next is the dancing springs technique. Okay, maybe not that one either. That's guaranteed to get me a scolding from Sir Siop Mang. Next is SAMPLE 37. Qian Yo Woon questions. Huh? What does that mean? I don't remember seeing a technique like that. Nano explains. It is a breathing technique that I have created based on the analysis of the manual titled Origin of Internal Power, as well as the breathing techniques from the manuals from the 1st through 4th floors. It is the result of creating model samples in the process of analyzing breathing energy. Qian Yo Woon reacts. Wait, you created a breathing technique? When did you make this? Nano responds. It was created 40 hours ago after completing the analysis of breathing techniques within the 4th floor manuals. Qian Yo Woon realizes. It was made only 2 days ago? Nano, did you happen to analyze the breathing techniques of the demonic lord's sword art? Nano explains. That specific breathing technique is one that combines both the energy of physical movement and energy from breathing. Because of this, analysis is not yet complete. Qian Yo Woon accepts. I see. Okay, then let me see this so-called sample breathing technique of yours. Nano responds. Understood. Qian Yo Woon tests it. No way. I only circulated my energy for a short time, yet it's almost as effective as the dancing springs technique. If anything, the internal power circulating through my body is more stable. Perfect. This should be able to pair well with any form of martial arts. But what do I call this technique? Nano 37 art? The universal origin art? Qian Yo Woon decides. It's a secret breathing technique that was hidden on the 4th floor of the library. Followers discuss. I guess there really are a lot of hidden treasures in the manual library. It must be a breathing technique from a high-ranking sect that ceased to exist long ago. Qian Yo Woon instructs. Memorize all of the manuals I've given you by tomorrow, then proceed to destroy all of them. The next day at the Isolation Training Center northwest of the academy, followers see him off. Thank you for seeing me off. I hope the 6 swords will help their comrades that are behind in their martial arts journey. I heard that teaching another is a form of training. I'll do my best, my lord. Good luck, my lord. May your training be fruitful. Will do. Don't worry about us and just focus on your training. Alright, I wish you all the best of luck. Qian Yo Woon enters. So this is the Isolation Training Room, huh? It's a little bigger than the adamantine stone training room. These should be enough grain balls to last me years. I asked them for a lot. Looks like they really delivered on their promise. Anyway, I need to reach the level of Transcendent Master. But I'm completely lost on how to do so. Nano, start by transferring the Ascendant Master level martial arts techniques from the 4th floor to my brain. Nano responds, transferring 245 Ascendant Master level martial arts. Qian Yo Woon reflects. They may be martial arts techniques from high-ranking sects. But compared to the dancing butterfly technique, demonic lord's sword art and counter technique, they're nothing. Granted, I do feel like I have broadened my horizons by learning such a wide variety of techniques. I'll divide each day of my training into 3 parts. In the morning, I'll practice my codified fighting forms. In the afternoon, I'll use augmented reality to spar with avatars. And at night, I'll use breathing techniques to circulate my internal powers. Nano, activate augmented reality. Set Yechin Xian as the avatar. Since it's the afternoon right now, I guess it's time to spar with avatars. Nano responds, activating augmented reality to the user's vision. Understood. Creating simulation avatar. Designated model, Yechin Xian. Qian Yo Woon plans. For now, it'll just be 1 copy of Yechin. My final goal is to fight Sir Xiaopmeng's avatar. But as I go, I'll increase the number of enemies, as well as raise the difficulty. I must surpass the level of skill he displayed when fighting the prisoners from the evil faction. Now let's begin. At this point in time, no one could have imagined that Yo-Un's isolation training would go on for so long. Not even Yo-Un himself. 1 week after Yo-Un began his isolation training, Muyan Qian, the young master of the Shadow Sect, defeated a professor and passed the 4th examination. It was the 2nd quickest record of this cohort to pass the 4th examination, only losing to Yo-Un. On the 10th day, Gyu of the demonic Dragon Palm Sect defeated Professor Im and became the 3rd student to pass the 4th examination. That day was the first time the students had ever seen Gyu so happy. She was elated that she could finally have a room to herself. The 4th to pass the examination was Zhang'an Qian of the Sword Sect. His goal was to pass quicker than anyone else, but he trained to ensure that he wouldn't lose, resulting with him taking longer than expected. 2 months after Yo-Un entered isolation training, both Muyan Qian and Zhang'an Qian entered isolation training as well. Gyu also felt that she needed isolation training, but she put it off to help and teach martial arts to the followers from lesser sects. It was around then that Baek Ji, Yo-Un's first sword, passed the 4th examination. Yo-Un's followers were happy that another one of their comrades had passed. But Baek Ji himself wasn't exactly thrilled at the fact that he was slower than Gyu. 4 months after Yo-Un entered isolation training, Mujium Qian, the young master of the stealth sect, passed the 4th examination. Then 2 more of Yuan's 6 swords passed the 4th examination. They were Wang Hu Ko, the 2nd sword, and Sojong Wu, the 5th sword. Then came 5 students who failed the 4th examination. In the 5th month, the remaining swords, Sanghua Ho and Taek Guillaume Chai, passed the 4th examination. Then went into isolation training immediately after that. After that, no students challenged the professors for a good while. In the 6th month, Wu Menya, O Zhang, Yu Wan Im, Jin Ho Gong, who all came from lesser sects, were able to reach the early stages of Ascendant Master. That thing's huge. I did it! In the 10th month, Wu Menya and Yu Wan Im passed the 4th examination. However, at that point, there were a total of 15 students who failed the examination. After it had been exactly 1 year, Yuan's followers held another competition to decide the next 6 swords. The final results were Gyu Moon as the 1st sword, Baek Ji I as the 2nd sword, Wang Hu Ko as the 3rd sword, Sojong Wu as the 4th sword, Sanghua Ho as the 5th sword, and Taek Guillaume Chai as the 6th sword. Once the new 6 swords had been decided and over 30% of their comrades had reached the early stages of Ascendant Master, Gyu Moon, Baek Ji I, and Wang Hu Ko were able to enter isolation training with peace of mind. 2 years after Yuan had entered isolation training, the majority of the academy students had taken the 4th examination. Among the 120 students, out of 34 of Yuan's followers, 19 of them were expelled. And the remaining students were expelled. Hyobong, who had trained harder than anyone else, reached the stage of true Ascendant Master within 2 years. In those 2 years, about 80% of the students that passed the 4th examination went into isolation training, so the competition for the 6 swords was skipped for that year. And because of this, the academy was quieter than ever. Aside from Yuan, the 70 students that went into isolation training had completed their training and come out. However, not even 40% of those students had managed to reach the level of Transcendent Master. After 2 years and 4 months, Muyan Qian, the young master of the Shadow Sect, was the first to clear the 5th examination, the sealed demonic chamber. It was about to be 2 years and 8 months in, and Zhang Qian, the young master of the Sword Sect, Chok Sama of the Warrior Dance Sect, Gyu Moon of the Demonic Dragon Palm Sect, Wang Hu Ko of the Demon Fist Sect, and Baek Ji I of the Pure Kick Sect passed the 5th examination, bringing the total to 6 students passed. Aside from them, there were 7 other challengers to the sealed demonic chamber. But none of them passed. Out of them, 3 students had died, resulting in the rest of the students to become far more wary of taking on the challenge. On the 3rd year, there was another competition for the 6 swords. This had completely turned the tables. Everyone had honed their skills through isolation training, leading to all of Yuan's followers competing this time around. Wang Hu Ko was the 1st sword, Gyu Moon the 2nd sword, Baek Ji I the 3rd sword, Sanghua Ho the 4th sword, Sojong Wu the 5th sword, and Wu Menya the 6th sword. Another month had passed. Not everyone has arrived yet. It looks like Gyu and Hyobong went there again. So they went to the isolation training rooms again, huh? Wang Hu comments, but I'm glad that they're at least going around together. Sanghua worries. Still, it's just the 2 of them. I'm a little worried. Wang Hu reassures. Gyu is an incredibly skilled fighter. I don't know what you're worried about. Sanghua explains. I wish I didn't have to be worried. But the competition for the minor priesthood is getting even more fierce. Baek Ji I, didn't Zhang Qian make another offer to you in the cafeteria the other day? Baek Ji I responds. Do you really think I'd go and join that prick? It's not that I don't trust you. I'm just saying who knows what kind of nasty trick he's going to try and pull. Wang Hu agrees. Wang Hu is right. Zhang An is no different from that snake, Yechen. You never know what heinous tricks he has up his sleeve. Well, why else do you think we're always going around in a group like this? I don't know why, but I've got a bad feeling about today. We should go and get them. At the isolation training center, Zhang An confronts them. What do you think you're doing, showing up here armed with weapons? I couldn't care less about you. Get lost. I've already refused your offer multiple times. I already have a young lord that I serve. Zhang An offers. Let me ask you one more time. Why don't you seriously consider my offer, Gyu? You know, I personally believe that gaining a useful minion requires some hard work. Then how about this? You and I will duel against each other. If you win, I'll let you go. But if I win, you become my follower. What an unfair deal. That's demanding way too much, even for a candidate of the minor priesthood. Did I not just tell you to get lost? I don't give a damn about you. Hyobong panics. What's going on? I suddenly can't move. Huh? Zhang An's followers ambush. You fools. What do you think you're doing? Qian Yo Woon intervenes. My lord. If he can move solid objects solely through his internal power, then that means How could this be? Did he just use wall-piercing telekinesis? You're telling me he surpassed Transcendent Master and reached the level of Genesis Master? That can't be. It took me 2 whole years to even reach the level of Transcendent Master. No, this must be some trick. It's got to be sleight of hand. And even if he really is a Genesis Master, there's no way I can back down now. Everyone will look down on me. What do you think you're doing? Go and take him down. His followers respond. Why yes, my lord. You think we're just going to sit back and watch? A group ambush? How cowardly. Why, you arrogant, little brat. You're nothing but a commoner from a lowly sect. How dare you get in our way? We need to at least take his minions down to lessen the burden of the young lord. Is this the sword sect's imperial sword technique? I can't let my guard down. I need to make sure my palms are imbued with energy to take on a sword technique of another true transcendent master. Die. Qian Yo Woon uses telekinesis. Observers react. Whoa. And no way. Crap, we're out of our league here. This is already a losing battle. None of us can take on this monster of a man. Zhongnan's descendant speaks. We need to end things here. Well, young Lord Qian, let's end this here. We admit defeat. Must you drive us all into a corner like this? If we all decide to fight to the death, I cannot guarantee even your safety, young lord. Qian Yo Woon attacks decisively. The rest of you are next. More fighting ensues. How is he able to use such a powerful palm technique with such a frail frame? My energy is fading. You're done for. You're done for. Zhongnan struggles. Have you really reached the level of Genesis Master? No. How can this be? My arm. My arm. Well, young Lord Qian, wait. Please. Qian Yo Woon responds. Huh? What are you doing? It's too late for begging. Followers rush over. Hiobong. Gyu. Are you alright? Hiobong? Someone questions. Who is he talking to over there? Huh? Wang Hu Ko announces. See, could it be? I am Wang Hu Ko, the first sword. Welcome back, my lord. Moon Gyu speaks. It is I, Gyu Moon, the second sword. Welcome back, my lord. I'm a true transcendent master now. Yet the young lord's energy is still almost too much to handle. It's the same feeling I get when the academy deputy is standing before me. Baek Gi bows. My lord, it is I, Baek Gi, the third sword. Welcome back. Someone notes. I've never seen Baek Gi use proper etiquette to show his respect like this before. Uman Ya announces. It is I, Uman Ya, the fifth sword. Welcome back, my lord. Another observes. He used to go on about how he couldn't bring himself to use honorifics. Sangwa Ho speaks. It is I, Sangwa Ho, the fourth sword. Welcome back, my lord. Followers cheer. Welcome back, my lord. Our young lord has finally returned. Qian Yo Woon responds. Thank you all for waiting for me. Someone asks nervously. And my lord, who is that? Did we wait? Is that the young master of the sword sect? Zhongnan Qian? Does this mean you've reached the level of G Genesis Master? Qian Yo Woon smiles. Half an hour later at the infirmary. So he's finally out, huh? Soon enough, the entire academy had heard both the news of Yoan's return from isolation training and the annihilation of the sword sect's Zhongnan Qian and his minions. Yoan had taken out 5 out of the 6 candidates for the minor priesthood from the main 6 sects with his own hands. Because of this, the other students began to wonder if this would be the first time they would see someone not of the main 6 sects obtain the minor priesthood. This put a lot of pressure onto the shadow sect's Muyan Qian and his men. But Muyan didn't care much about this at all. All he did was focus on honing his own martial arts prowess. At the academy deputy office, the director exclaims. Huh? You think he's reached the level of Genesis Master? My lord, it's not that I think he has reached that level. I know he has reached it, sir. The instructor explains. As I led him out of isolation training, I witnessed him use wall-piercing telekinesis with my own 2 eyes. The director reacts. Since he was in isolation training for longer than expected, I assumed he would come out merely as an ultimate transcendent master. But he's reached the level of Genesis Master? Throughout the entire history of the cohorts of the Demonic Academy, not a single student has managed to reach the level of Genesis Master prior to passing the 6th examination. This can't be explained by merely innate talent. Someone knocks. Sir, is something the matter? Come in. If I hadn't received that report just now, I would have mistaken him or one of the elders. So this was the overwhelming energy I felt surrounding the entire academy. A visitor enters. Sir, the director reacts. So what brings you here? You've grown so much to the point where I didn't recognize you. Oh, Captain Qian? At the sealed demonic chamber, the instructor speaks. Oh ho, it's only been 4 hours since you exited isolated training. Yet you're already going to take on the 5th examination? You must be in quite the hurry to advance, Captain Qian. Qian Yo Woon explains. I thought it would be best for me to take on this challenge as soon as possible. While I was away in isolation training, my followers have already passed this examination. The instructor thinks, it took me 3 years of arduous training to finally become an ultimate transcendent master. This is truly amazing. But now, the tables have turned and he has surpassed even me. The instructor guides. This way, the wind in this place is even colder than the winter winds outside. This cave must be a lot bigger than I thought. To pass the 5th examination, all you need to do is pass through the sealed demonic chamber. This is a test that requires you to pass through a variety of traps with only your energy to guide you. Once you enter, we will be waiting at the exit in the east for 2 hours. However, if you are unable to pass through the chamber within the allotted time, we will assume that something has happened to you and turn off all of the traps. Now, begin the 5th examination. Qian Yo Woon observes. It's just as they told me. That must be the mechanism that activates the traps within the chamber. This is the place where they've sealed away a demonic specter. The sealed demonic chamber. Qian Yo Woon commands. Nano, activate night vision mode. It's a pretty long way down. Nano responds. Activating night vision mode. Qian Yo Woon observes. Is that the tunnel? Is that the smell of oil? No, it smells more like blood. It's a mixture of a bunch of different smells. I can't pinpoint what it exactly is. It's fine, I can see clearly. I'll just use my agility technique to get through quickly. It looks like this is where the traps begin. Traps activate. Qian Yo Woon navigates. Without the adequate level of martial arts skill, you could easily get caught in these traps since it's so dark. Let's just forget the agility technique. I'll just walk. I'm going to have to watch where I walk here. It looks like stepping on the wrong tiles activates these traps. But with Nano's night vision, there's no way these things even have a chance against me. About 30 minutes later, Qian Yo Woon notes. If there were no flow of wind, anyone could easily lose their way in here. Looks like there are multiple tunnels. I've seen this layout somewhere before. Wait, the secret chamber in the detention center. About 3.5 years ago, Qian Yo Woon reflects. Our demonic lord, I humbly offer you my gratitude. I'm so lucky to have been able to come across this place. The only thing left to do is destroy all evidence of the demonic lord's sword art and the text explaining the techniques. I refuse to let anyone else even stumble across this rare art. Rumbling begins. What's going on? The chamber reacts. Qian Yo Woon discovers. What the hell? 24 orbs? I knew it. This is the text explaining the forms of the demonic lord's sword art. Was there some sort of hidden mechanism to trigger this? What are these bumpy lines on the back of this? After connecting the lines on all of the glowing orbs, they formed a map. But I wasn't exactly sure what this was a map of. It appeared to be some sort of treasure map. Qian Yo Woon commands. Nano, scan and save it. Understood. Nano reports. The map aligns with the layout of this cave. This is our location according to the coordinates of the map. Qian Yo Woon decides. I'll have to backtrack. But it's okay, I've still got time. I knew it. So this was a treasure map of the sealed demonic chamber. Our demonic lord wouldn't have just hid these coordinates for no reason. I definitely need to see what lies there. Strange noises echo. What's that noise? It's pretty scary inside of the sealed demonic chamber. Why? Because it's so dark? Another responds. No, it's because you can hear the cries of something in there. I heard that way too clearly for me to just brush it off as my imagination. But I will say that this path looks pretty strange. No matter how much I heighten my senses through my energy, I don't feel the presence of anything. This isn't even the way out, yet there are far more traps set up here than earlier. Qian Yo Woon observes. The treasure map leads to this spot, but it's blocked off. Hold on, it's a seal. And this handwriting, was this written by our demonic lord? It's that noise again. I don't exactly know what it is, but I can feel a vicious demonic presence. Has he sealed something away behind this stone wall? Is this why this place is called the sealed demonic chamber? One wrong move, and I could end up unleashing something that not even I could be able to handle. Then why did he mark this spot on the treasure map? No, I don't have time to think about this. If this was left behind by our demonic lord, there's no way it could be something harmful. I'll need to break the wall first. Qian Yo Woon executes technique. 5th codified form of the dancing butterfly technique. Dancing link slash. What is this stone wall? The marks I left are shallower than the ones left by our demonic lord. Nano reports. The wall's hardness level is equal to that of sapphire. Qian Yo Woon realizes. It's not just the same hardness level. This is sapphire. The material covering the exterior is just different. I was only able to perform this form once I reached the level of Genesis Master because merely transferring the information of this form to my body wasn't enough. Because this form is so strong, I figured I wouldn't ever need to use it unless I was up against an extremely dangerous opponent. I didn't think I'd end up using it here. Fourth codified fighting form of the demonic lord's sword art. Phew, there we go. It's that awful stench I smelled at the entrance. Nano warns. A sprite in the atmosphere is headed this way. Qian Yo Woon worries. Maybe I am making a mistake here. Sir So Nung No Yu put his all into crafting this for me. Now it's completely unusable. I guess ordinary iron really can't take the demonic lord's sword art. Nano alerts. Warning, warning, there is an erratic surge of plasma energy ahead. Qian Yo Woon reacts. What? Ah! What was that? I've got a bad feeling about this. I couldn't even block death. Wait, is that an Mugi serpent? Qian Yo Woon strategizes. If the inside of that cave it came from is completely made of sapphire, I could deal with it once I lure it back in. But this one's just a vicious monster. I heard Mugi serpents were supposed to be holy creatures that had white or blue scales and lived in lakes. At this rate, the entire cave is going to collapse. Qian Yo Woon lures it. There we go. There we go. Now, huh? What the hell is this black liquid? Crap, the stench in here is so bad that it's making my head throb. Ah, damn it. This liquid is so sticky that I can't perform my agility technique. I couldn't even scratch that thing despite using a form from the demonic lord's sword art. Does that mean its body is even harder than sapphire? Wait, the water isn't moving. What? What's that thing made of? It felt like I ran into hard metal just now. Huh? Now that I think about it, with a monster of that size, the black water should have risen with it entering the cave. Yet, the water levels are still the same. Qian Yo Woon commands. Nano, activate augmented reality. Understood. Activating augmented reality. Nano explains. While this phenomenon has not been proven by science, it is considered spiritual in nature. Nano warns. Warning, a sprite in the atmosphere is headed this way. Qian Yo Woon reacts. I knew it. Nano continues. An erratic dark plasma energy has been detected throughout the confines of this stone chamber. It is the aggregation of ionized electrons due to an unnaturally high rise in the energy of the atmosphere. Qian Yo Woon realizes. So this is a spiritual phenomenon? Even though it crashed its gargantuan head in the water, there were no splashes. Instead, I heard a rumble coming from the ground. Nano reports. Analysis complete. There appear to be 24 shards of iron floating in the air that are emitting powerful plasma energy. Qian Yo Woon reacts. I have no idea what you're talking about here. What? Shards of iron? Qian Yo Woon commands. Nano, pinpoint and light up these iron shards you're talking about. Understood. Nano marks them. Qian Yo Woon discovers. The shards of iron no way. Are in the exact same directions that you perform the basic form of the demonic lord's sword art in. For 3 whole years, I've practiced the basic form of the demonic lord's sword art countless times while channeling my energy through my breathing technique. At this point, I can use both techniques at the same time. Qian Yo Woon executes. It worked. The iron shards activate and strike the Mugi serpent. Qian Yo Woon realizes. Wait, is this the true form of the Mugi serpent? A magnificent black sword appears with engravings. It says this is the sword of the demonic lord. This sword is a treasure that's considered the symbol of our demonic lord. What is it doing down here? Qian Yo Woon reaches for the sword. What's going on? Everything goes dark. It's dark. It's just pitch black everywhere. I can't see in front of me. I can't even let out my own voice. It's as if I've lost all of my 5 senses. If anything, this feels incredibly comforting. But somehow, I'm not afraid. No, I almost let myself get swallowed up by the darkness. I could have completely lost myself. Nano, Nano, answer me. Another Mugi serpent appears. There's another one in here? The serpent transforms. Its horns are getting longer and its body is getting larger. Is it shedding its skin and becoming a full-fledged dragon? Is that its horn? The white scales of the Mugi serpent are turning black. A hooded figure appears. Who's that person that just cut off the horns of that Mugi serpent? That was the doing of a sword energy manifestation? Wait, that black sword. If that's the 3rd codified fighting form of the demonic lord's sword art. This person's rendition of it is far more refined than mine. The hooded figure speaks. It's going to take a while before all of its energy is absorbed. I suppose this wasn't meant for me. Qian Yo Woon wakes up coughing. Bleeg, are you alright? I swallowed at least a few mouthfuls of this black liquid without even realizing it. That tastes disgusting. Nano, how long have I been unconscious for? Nano responds. You were completely conscious. You just suddenly fainted the moment you grabbed that sword. Qian Yo Woon asks. Then how long has it been since I entered this cave? Nano answers. A little less than an hour. Qian Yo Woon reacts. What? It felt like I was in a trance for a pretty long time. Phew, that's a relief. At least I was only out for a brief moment. Nano explains. No, when you grabbed the sword, a dark plasma energy entered your body. Then, the dark plasma energy you absorbed integrated with your internal energy. Qian Yo Woon responds. So all that happened was me fainting for a second? It integrated with my internal energy? Nano continues. In that short moment, the nerve cells in your brain were momentarily stimulated by 100%. Qian Yo Woon realizes. It all makes sense. I knew I felt some sort of evil demonic presence inside of me. Is this the effect of that black sword? But how was my internal energy tainted so easily? Huh? Oh, what's this? Now that I think about it, that black sword that I grabbed early. What's it doing on my arms? At the exit of the sealed demonic chamber, instructors wait. How strange. He's already reached the level of Genesis Master. He should have been able to clear this easily in less than an hour. It's been almost 2 hours. Do you think something happened to him in there? This cave is known to have a demon sealed within it. Since the Sword Lord founded the academy, this place was designated as the location of the 5th examination. But in the past, I heard that only those who were worthy could enter this cave. Does that mean that Yuan Qian is? Qian Yo Woon emerges. Captain Qian. See Captain Qian, congratulations on passing the 5th examination. What is that awful stench? Thank you. What's this? It looks like an underdeveloped deer's antler. After bathing, Qian Yo Woon reflects. But then again, I have been bathing for nearly an hour now. I finally got that vile stench off of me. Qian Yo Woon tests the black sword. It's already amazing enough that this black sword can handle the demonic lord's sword art. But on top of that, it can create a sword energy manifestation so strong that it cuts through sapphire like a block of soft tofu. Qian Yo Woon experiments. I've used both my internal powers and plain sheer force. These things won't budge. I knew it. These things only react to the demonic energy that's been infused with my own internal energy. But more importantly, my body feels so hot. I'm also sweating a lot more. Nano explains. The viscous liquid that was absorbed into your body has been circulating through your meridian channels and has caused the small amount of remaining toxins in your body to be expelled. Qian Yo Woon reacts. Once I reached the level of Genesis Master, I cleansed my body of the toxins flowing through its channels. At this point, my body should have been fully purified. What? So this liquid is able to cleanse the body of all toxins, no matter how small. And now that I think about it, isn't this black liquid supposed to be the blood of the Eye Mugi serpent? I should take some with me. This could really help out my followers. An earthquake? Qian Yo Woon panics. Oh, what's going on here? Thankfully, I was able to scoop up enough liquid for my followers in my sheath. That was a close one. But what a shame. All of that could have helped strengthen the powers of the entire demonic cult. Qian Yo Woon examines the horn. There's no doubt that this is the horn that the hooded man cut off of the Eye Mugi serpent earlier in my hallucination. Even though I brought it with me, I'm not sure what to use it for. Maybe if I boil and eat it, it'll raise my internal powers. Ooh, a Mugi serpent stew. Nano, analyze this horn. Nano responds. Analyzing. Upon analysis, this horn is comprised of materials not in my database. It cannot be analyzed any further. What's that? Nano continues. However, this object's hardness is just below that of the hardest diamond. Qian Yo Woon reacts. AD diamond? So you're saying it's harder than sapphire? I'll have to test it out with my sword energy. Not only is it unscathed, but it has a strong force that's resisting against my sword energy. No way. Is it because this is the horn of a spiritual beast? Aha! Then that means this could probably handle the demonic lord's sword art and the dancing butterfly technique. I'll use this to make a sword or saber. This thing is pretty tough, but I'm sure Blacksmith OU could do something with this. He is the descendant of the legendary Yeji OU, after all. At approximately 4 p.m. at the Academy Deputy Office. It's only been about 4 hours. How has his energy become even stronger? What on earth is this phenomenon? I can feel that he has great control over his own energy. But at the same time, I feel a strangely demonic presence coming from him. Maybe Professor Ho was right. Only the worthy one may encounter hidden demon of the sealed demonic chamber. I thought that was just some old myth. First, it was that sword technique. And now, he's radiating demonic energy. He might actually be, Deputy Lee. The deputy speaks. Right. My apologies, Captain Qian. Actually, it's Warden Qian now, isn't it? You have grown to become a true martial arts master of our cult. This is for you. Qian Yo Woon asks. What is this? The deputy explains. It's a dagger made of dark iron. This is gifted to all individuals of our cult who become wardens. Congratulations on passing the 5th examination. Qian Yo Woon responds. Thank you, Qian Yo Woon observes. It says, the demonic warrior cult. I can feel a sword energy radiating from this engraving. This wasn't engraved by a mere artisan. This was done by a true swordmaster. The deputy reveals. That engraving was personally done by our patriarch. It is a gift of honor that is only bestowed upon the wardens of our cult. Qian Yo Woon thinks bitterly. I'd just throw this piece of trash away if I could. But everyone's eyes are on me right now. Just be patient. Qian Yo Woon asks. Now then, may I inquire about the 6th examination? The deputy responds. The 6th examination requires you to be at least a Genesis master. Of course. You're more than qualified to take the 6th examination, Warden Qian. He's the first individual to be qualified for this examination in the last 70 years. For the 6th examination, you will have to challenge one of the 12 elders. As you know, they are the greatest martial arts masters of our cult. I never thought I'd live to witness this. Is there a specific elder you would like to challenge? At the manual library, Qian Yo Woon thinks. I didn't think the 6th examination would be taking on one of the 12 elders. But regardless, my fight against the 6th sex was bound to begin the moment I left this academy. I've basically been granted an opportunity to eliminate one of their head leaders early on. Taking possible gains and losses into account, the best way for me to ensure that I take down the 6th sex is to master the final codified fighting form of the demonic lord's sword art. He's truly matured. I was so sure he would pick the chief of the poison sect because of the incident with his mother, Lady Yanhua. Qian Yo Woon requests. Would it be alright if I took some time to consider before I give you my final answer? He was given a chance to publicly challenge his very target of vengeance. Yet, he still made sure to take some time to think. But then again, the chief of the poison sect is too dangerous of an individual to challenge solely because of a personal vendetta. Your 4 years of protection within this academy is almost up. When that time comes, this cult will end up in a vicious bloodbath. How are you going to deal with this, Yo-un? On the 5th floor of the manual library, Qian Yo Woon thinks. Thanks to me, you're already learning martial arts techniques that are stowed away on the 4th and 5th floors. There are only 20 manuals here. Just like Sir Siop Meng said, it's here on the 5th floor. And now, it's finally the moment I've been waiting for. I guess that leaves one volume I can skip scanning. It's the final form of the demonic lord's sword art. Nano, scan the poem on the front and analyze the chi circulation technique on it. Nano responds. Scanning. Qian Yo Woon reacts shocked. This can't be. Huh? There aren't any sword marks. Is there no ultimate counter technique left here because our demonic lord didn't leave any sword marks behind either? Qian Yo Woon commands. Nano, are there no other traces left here? Activating augmented reality. Nano responds. There is a sword mark left on the stone that appears to be left behind by a single person. Zooming in on the subject. Qian Yo Woon discovers. Huh? Wait, is this hole one of the codified fighting forms of the demonic lord's sword art? Hold on, does that mean there's one on the other side too? Is it possible to perform a form like this? How is this possible? I didn't notice it because of the poem written here, but the hole pierces through to the other side. Maybe this happened because the sheer energy being focused into this form burst forth before it was even performed. It doesn't seem like he used much power to make this hole either. If he had used more energy, that could have completely shattered this stone. The reason why this stone doesn't have any traces of a counter technique isn't because the demonic lord's sword art went undiscovered. It's got to be because there was no way to counter it with ordinary sword techniques. Qian Yo Woon reflects. Our demonic lord had an awakening of the secrets to the sword in his final years. That includes the intent behind the sword art. It wasn't to figure out the sword piece by piece, but rather, to unite with it as one. The intent of the sword is the will of the one who wields the sword. To have everything unite as one. Energy begins surging. Warden Qian, are you alright? It's the safeguard formation. Shush. What's going on in there? This must be the unification of the 5 energies. I never thought I would witness it in person. When an individual reaches the level of Genesis Master, they bring together the energies of the heavens, the earth, and the human. Through this, they cleanse their body of impurities and achieve a state of pure energy. However, reaching this state is only half the battle of a Genesis Master. Once the individual has unified the 5 energies within their body, they have reached the level of ultimate Genesis Master. The observer realizes, it has to be. Is that, he's going through physical restoration. Qian Yo Woon awakens. Could it be? I have achieved the level of ultimate Genesis Master. It seems the 3 of you used the safeguard formation while I was concentrating. An observer notes. Just a moment ago, he was radiating an immensely powerful energy. And now I don't feel a sliver of energy. It appears his energy has settled perfectly into his body. Not even the deputy himself could detect Warden Qian's energy. Instructors congratulate. Congratulations on your achievement, Warden Qian. Congratulations. Qian Yo-woon responds. Oh, I can feel it. This is the first time I've had an awakening for a technique without having it transferred to my brain. Thank you. Qian Yo-woon apologizes. Huh? My apologies. The entire library is a mess because of me. The librarian responds. Haha, it's fine. A little mess is nothing to worry about, especially when you've reached such a great achievement. Hey, be careful with those manuals, you hear me? Do you know how precious these manuals are? Qian Yo-woon thinks. Now that they're distracted by the manuals, this is my chance. It would be best to get rid of any chance of anyone else learning the demonic lord's sword art, even if that chance is 1 in a million. The librarian speaks. Warden Qian, there are no problems with the library. You may browse at your leisure. Qian Yo-woon responds. Oh, thank you. The first manuals that Yo-un scanned were the ones about the 6 sex martial arts. The sword sex sword art of lunacy, the stealth sex fists of stealth, the shadow sex flowing dark cloud palm, the musician sex sound wave strike, the poison sex demonic palm of the poison toad, and the saber sex illusory demon saber technique. These may not be each sect's most powerful technique, but it was clear that they were highly ranked techniques within the cult. Qian Yo-woon discovers more. The Crimson Fire Sword Art? Step of the Wind God? This must be Sir Lee's martial art. The name of the technique suits him. Is this manual about an agility technique rather than a combat art? I wonder who donated this movement technique to this library. Perfect for me, considering I don't have any particularly great agility techniques. Nano, scan this. Nano responds. Scanning. At 8 p.m. at Yo-un Qian's private dormitory, followers celebrate. My lord, congratulations on passing the 5th examination. Congratulations, my lord. Did you hear, my lord? I'm sure you did, right? Someone mentions nervously. See, come on. Let's not talk about this. There's no way monsters exist in this world. Another teases. I never thought I'd see you actually scared of something. With your size, monsters should be scared of Yo. Qian Yo-woon thinks. I shouldn't tell them I saw something similar. That'd just cause an unnecessary fuss. Qian Yo-woon announces. Ah, this is the reason I wanted everyone to gather today. Followers react. My lord. What on earth is this? What is this disgusting odor? Blech. Blech, why would you bring this, though? Qian Yo-woon explains. I happened to come across it when I made a wrong turn in the sealed demonic chamber. I wanted you all to drink it. Followers protest. What? I don't know about this. No, I'm not drinking this crap. Qian Yo-woon continues. I accidentally drank some of it, but it ended up completely cleansing my meridian channels of any toxins and helping my energy flow better. I thought it would be a shame if I was the only one to drink this. So I brought some in my sheath. Hyobong volunteers. Our lord brought this thinking of us. How could you hesitate? Everyone, move. My lord. I'll be the first to drink it then. This odor won't stop me. Thank you, my lord. Hyobong drinks. Ah, now then. Followers react. It must not be half bad. No. Huh? Bleeg. This is supposed to be good for us? A few moments later, Hyobong confirms. Just like you said, my lord. I feel completely refreshed, and my energy is flowing even faster. Qian Yo-woon responds. I told you. The rest of Yo-un's followers saw the liquid's effects before their very eyes. Now we have to drink it. Aside from Manhwa, who refused to drink it until the very end, and Gyu, who was worried about her mask, everyone ended up drinking the liquid. At the northern forge of the academy, the blacksmith examines the horn. Warden Qian, my blade. Where on earth did you find this? With such fine material, I can guarantee that I'll craft you the greatest weapon you've ever seen. Would you like me to make a saber out of this? Qian Yo-woon responds. Yes, please. The blacksmith continues. Also, Warden Qian, you'll be provided with Frosteron as well. Would you like to make a sword out of that? Unlike captains, wardens are allowed to request weapons anytime. Qian Yo-woon asks. I thought you said that I was only allowed to request one weapon. The blacksmith explains. There is a limit to how much Frosteron you'll be provided by the academy. But if you're willing to bring the materials yourself, that's no problem. Qian Yo-woon decides. Then I'd like to commission a sword as well. It'll be best I use a sword to substitute that one. Perfect. I need to hide this black sword to figure out why it has the words, Demonic Lord's Sword, engraved on it. The blacksmith warns. Since these materials are such high quality, it'll take about a month each to make these weapons. Qian Yo-woon reacts. Pardon? 2 months? Then could I request the saber first? At the academy deputy office, the deputy questions. Warden Qian, are you sure you're okay with this? Qian Yo-woon confirms. Yes, sir. The deputy thinks. This is beyond just being bold. He's being plain reckless. Chief of the Shadow Sect and first elder of the demonic warrior cult Jinwen Mu. Having reached the level of ultimate Genesis Master long ago, his strength rivals that of Ragyo Ma, head royal bodyguard to the Patriarch. He stands as the second or third strongest in the cult. The deputy observes. It appears he's looking to eliminate the heads of the 6 sects first. But Warden Qian has only reached Genesis Master recently. This man is not someone he can take on easily. I was so sure that he had become wiser with his experience. It appears he still has a tendency for recklessness. Alright, I will send an official request to the Shadow Sect. It seemed like everything was going smoothly for everyone. But the universe decided that it wouldn't make it so easy. 10 days after Yo-Un put in a request for the 6th examination, for the first time in 10 years, an envoy of Muram had visited the demonic warrior cult palace in the 10,000 Great Mountains. This incident in itself was enough to cause a huge stir within the cult. But with Yo-Un in the academy, separated from the outside world, he has no idea of this. 7 days before the 6th examination, I heard that it was urgent. I'm sorry, Warden Qian. What? I'm going to have to change your opponent for the 6th examination. Qian Yo-Woon reacts shocked. Why is that? Did the first elder change his mind? The deputy explains. No, that's not it. He used his raw energy to create a barrier to cut us off from the outside. This is an important matter for the demonic cult, so I can't give you all of the details. However, it must be confidential information. Only the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th elders are present. Qian Yo-Woon realizes. So does that mean I can't go up against any of the leaders of the 6 sects? Damn it. So all of the high-ranking elders aren't at their posts. The deputy reveals reluctantly. Oh, I didn't want to suggest this, but Chief Beck of the Poison Sect has been demoted to 12th elder. Qian Yo-Woon decides. Then I suppose I'll have to settle for the next best thing. The next day at the office of the Chief of the Poison Sect, Chief Beck reflects. How unfortunate. I was so sure that Isor would have been taken care of by the Chief of the Shadow Sect. Yo-Un Qian is like a glass of alcohol spiked with poison. Over the past 3 years, the Shadow Sect has become much stronger than the Poison and Sword Sect. I already expected that if they tried to eliminate Yo-Un through battle, our Patriarch would attempt to weaken the Shadow Sect as well. All of the 6 sects, including the Poison Sect, have been waiting for the battle. But things have changed with the arrival of the envoy of Muram. Poison Sect members argue. My chief, you must reject this. I agree. Nephew has been bedridden this entire time. It hasn't been long since you've been released from imprisonment and returned to your position as elder. Our every move is being watched by our Patriarch. Any more pressure on our sect, and this could mean a complete destruction of balance between all 6 sects. Chief Beck counters. But rejecting would be admitting that our sect is weak. And our sect's reputation has reached rock bottom. How do you expect us to stay still here? He's not even 20 years old, yet he's already reached the level of Genesis Master. Our relationship with him is already hostile at best. We must get rid of him. That holds true for all 6 sects. He can become the greatest martial artist there is, but he has no forces to support him. An elder interrupts. Enough. He's not the threat here. It's our Patriarch. I would love to kill that eyesore right now. I will be rejecting this request. But as of now, we have too much to lose if we get rid of him. Chief Beck's grandson pleads. Grand Fa Thair Chief Beck apologizes. I'm sorry, my grandson, that there's nothing I can do for you as your grandfather. Someone announces. Chief, you have a guest. It is Lady Mew of the Shadow Sect. Are you sure it'll be all right to send her away? She is waiting in front of the apothecary. All right, I'll be right out. It's her, the woman that got the microtoxins from Mother. The next day, an hour later, a letter arrived to the Academy Deputy Office, accepting the battle for the 6th examination. The morning of the 6th examination, is he making the sheath? The blacksmith finishes. There we go. Are you done? Blacksmith OU reacts. Ah, don't scare me like that. The blacksmith presents. The grip on this feels amazing. Whoa, and I engraved the name you requested. The White Dragon Blade. It's a perfect name for this saber. Now then, point your saber upward. The fabric test happens. It's so sharp that it sliced this piece of fabric with barely any movement. Yes, I had no idea you would create such a fine weapon. Is it to your liking? Qian Yo-Woon thanks him. You really are the best blacksmith out there, Master OU. Ha 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 ha, you are too kind. Qian Yo-Woon thinks. With this saber, I'll be able to perform the dancing butterfly technique with even more power than Sir Siop Mang and his mad blade. The black sword and white saber came to be Yo-Un's symbolic weapons. And this was the moment the white saber, the white dragon blade, came to be created. The day of the 6th examination, 10 a.m. at the Great Drill Hall, students gather. He's taking the 6th examination. He really is a beast. I can't believe he reached the level of Genesis Master during his time at the Academy. I wonder who he picked as his opponent. Do you think they're from one of the 6 sects? Sure, but do you think he's good enough to take on an elder? No way. You'd have to be a complete fool to do that. I'm sure he just picked the 12th elder. Oh, it's the deputy. Someone identifies. That's the 9th elder. 9th elder of the demonic cult and chief of the warrior dance sect Ui-sama. Chok-sama recognizes. Descendant of the warrior dance sect Chok-sama. Father. Students react in shock. Oh, what on earth? But he's a poison user. He's here. Is that the chief of the poison sect? From what I heard, anyone who's lost to him and his poison ended up being completely disintegrated. Did he seriously pick the chief of the poison sect? The deputy announces. Before the battle begins, we would like to thank the 12th elder for accepting Warden Qian's challenge request. Our 9th elder, the chief of the warrior dance sect, will be the official witness to this 6th examination challenge. Just as I expected, he's still bitter from being imprisoned for 2 years after the incident at the detention center. The deputy commands. Begin. The battle starts. The chief is immediately jumping him. My lord, a swift clone technique? No way. That's the head royal bodyguards. Was that the head royal bodyguards movement technique from the 5th floor of the library? Chief Beck attacks. What a cheap trick. And he's doing a good job imitating that swift clone technique. If that's the case, I'll bind his feet first. A staff blast? He's quick. Is he trying to stop me from moving by going for my legs? They clash with techniques. Twirling butterfly. 2nd codified fighting form of the dancing butterfly technique. 5th codified fighting form of the destructive demonic staff technique. Demonic swift death. Students react. Ah, my ears feel like they're going to explode. Chief Beck analyzes. What on earth? Is that saber in his hand? It's so thin, yet that's not all. My dark iron staff couldn't break it. If anything, it left a dent in my staff. Despite him being a Genesis Master, I figured he would lack real combat experience. And more than anything, is he truly merely just an early Genesis Master? But the power in his saber is holding up just fine against me. But he fights like a seasoned martial artist. I've been using a 10-star energy this entire time. I can tell he's not using his full potential against me. I've never met someone whose martial arts prowess has grown at such an alarming rate. He's truly a monster. Now I understand what Lady Mew meant. 6 days before the 6th examination, Lady Mew visited Chief Beck. Lady Mew, you're telling me to accept this request from the Academy? Don't you think that's out of your scope of control to be asking? I understand that you are our patriarch's wife. But you don't have the authority to give orders to me, the chief of a sect and elder of the demonic cult. Lady Mew reveals. I know the whereabouts of the divine physician. Chief Beck reacts. What? I'm sure the divine physician can heal your grandson as well. I assume you've heard of them. They are the greatest physician of our nation. They can heal any ailment that isn't death. PFFT. Even I know that there's no one who knows the whereabouts of the divine physician. Lady Mew shows proof. Long ago, my grandfather received this tile from the divine physician. He said that as long as you take this tile to a certain location, you can meet with the physician. If this grows into a bigger problem, we at the Shadow Sect will be sure to assist you. Kill him. That's because the individual who will attain the minor priesthood has already been decided. Chief Beck realizes. Lady Mew, so this is why you chose me over the other elders. Aside from the 3rd elder and above, there's no other elder who could take on someone with his level of skill. One wrong move and the 6 sects could be up against their greatest enemy. That's right. That's why you must die here, Yuan Qian. Chief Beck unleashes his power. He's unleashing his poison. 7th stage of the destruction demonic poison state. Observers panic. What does Elder Beck think he's doing? Is he really planning on killing the challenger? Yuan, that's poison? How is anyone supposed to defeat something like that? He might actually die in battle here. Just surrender. My lord. Chief Beck attacks. With this much poison even his bones should be disintegrating. Young Lord Qian, you brought this upon yourself, you little brat. Qian Yo Woon counters. Now it's my turn.